When you're not happy with your smile, you feel down. When you feel down, you stay in bed. When you stay in bed, you miss deadlines. When you miss deadlines, a lot of kids are upset. Don't upset a lot of kids. Love your smile. Call White, Greer, and Maggard today.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
All S, all P, all O, R T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
I'm not happy with my teeth. They're not straight enough.
Let me fix them for you.
No. You are not White, Greer, and Maggard.
I'm sort of like White, Greer, and Maggard. I'm local, love smiles, love to fix things.
No.
Sorta you isn't you. White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Lexington Christian Academy here off Reynolds Road. The Eagles nest here tonight as the Lexington Christian Academy Eagles under Ethan Atchley. They're undefeated this year, take on Middlesboro Yellow Jackets under Zach Massengill. Gary Ball with Coach Mike Meehan, William Warfield, Joe Allen, our videographer. Beautiful night, Coach, here. You're used to this field. You used to coach here. Coach, that they got that banner flying over there, 2009 football state champions. You get a good look at it there on the PrepSpin. What a beautiful night, Coach, for high school football. We're looking forward to calling this one here. Lexington Christian, a very talented AA football team.
Very talented AA football team. A perfect setting, gorgeous night, like you said. No wind, no rain, no threat of anything except, again, what you said. What a beautiful facility. This field, they've done a great job on this field.
It's that Bermuda grass, isn't it?
It's just beautiful grass. I was down on the field walking around before the game, and LCA likes to open it up, and they should have a good night tonight.
Lexington Christian Academy, they're led by a couple of outstanding quarterbacks, Braden Miller and Logan Nevis. Both play a lot. They're kind of a two-headed monster. Miller's a great passer, Coach. We were looking at his stats. 50 out of 67, 75% completion, nearly 1,000 yards. He'll go over 1,000 tonight, 12 touchdown passes. The most impressive thing for Braden Miller, no interceptions with those 12 TD passes.
That is crazy. I was looking at this KHSA stats for AA in the whole state.
Checking it out, weren't you?
Yeah, and they're seventh. Miller is seventh in the state in passing, which in 2A, which is really, really good because there's some teams in certain parts of the state that throw the ball every down.
And listen to his backup, if you want to call Logan Nevis his backup, the other junior quarterback, 31 carries, 441 yards. That's over 10 yards per tote. But the most impressive thing for the backup quarterback, he has rushed for 8 touchdowns. So when you combine these two, Miller and Nevis, you got a Lamar Jackson-type quarterback when you combine them right there with those video game numbers.
Two-headed quarterback situation. It's really cool. And they run the system, by the way. They run a hybrid of the Franklin system. So I'll definitely be very familiar with that offense. We'll be able to kind of pick out what they're doing offensively with their running backs and their receivers.
You know, the impressive thing, too, Lexington Christian's doing this without really their star receiver, talking about Stuckey. He's been out for a few games now. They expect to have him back for that big run next week when they got Somerset, then Danville back-to-back. We're scheduled to do that Danville game in a couple of weeks, but they'll have Ryan Stuckey back for that football game. But I tell you what, they still don't miss him a whole lot with Jed Green, a great receiver, Drayden Burton, and also, of course, Kalen LeBrec. LeBrec is outstanding. He's got 21 catches coming in, 6 touchdown passes for LeBrec.
Yeah, he's amazing. And, again, I'm going to give credit where credit's due with their receiver coach, Brandon Burdett. If you remember that name.
I do.
He was a receiver here for the state championship team in 2009. Tremendous hands. I said to him before the game as a compliment, he had the best hands of any receiver I ever coached and the second best route running. And Dougie Allen was the best route runner.
let's look at the offensive line, too. Do we need to take a break, Mr. Warfield? We need to give you a break here to run. We're good. So let's take a look at this offensive line, too, for Lexington Christian. We'll talk about the opponent, Middlesboro. Hayden Kennedy's a center, 240-pounder. Then you got Walker Parks, a junior, 220-pounder. On the right side, Graham Parks, a junior. Owen Pinkerman, a 250-pound senior guard. And then you got big Wyatt Southall, a 6'1", 280-pound junior. That is a good-size offensive line, Coach, particularly when you're not talking about a 5A or a 6A football team. You're talking about a 2A team, Lexington Christian Academy. That's pretty good size up front.
Oh, no, that's a great size. And they're going to need it tonight because I was looking at some of the Middlesboro players coming in. Their offensive and defensive linemen are huge.
And the captains are making a way, as you can see right there, to midfield, and we'll have the coin toss here tonight. You're wondering, usually tremendous crowds here, but we talked to Terry Johnson, by the way, the athletic director here at Lexington Christian, is going to join Coach Meehan at halftime. It's fall break here at Lexington Christian like it is in Fayette County, so a lot of the families are out of town, on fall break, and I'm sure a lot of them are watching us if they tried to go south. And, of course, that hurricane, Matthew had a few ideas as well, so a lot of them probably locked up in their motel rooms right now watching this game on PrepSpin, no doubt.
Very dangerous hurricane, very dangerous area. I have relatives in Charleston area, and I'm sure they're taking off going inland.
Middlesboro lineup will look like this tonight for you folks watching down in southern Kentucky. Cotton Jones is their freshman center, a good-looking freshman, 245-pounder. Ben Bowling and also Cameron Drake are the guards. Drake, the big kid up there, 300-pounder. Andrew Gentry is a tackle, 220-pound sophomore. Matthew Huguet is a tackle on the right side. Tight end is Taylor McClellan. He's a 190-pound junior, 6'2", so you got good size. And, Coach, that's one thing I'm looking at here. I know Middlesboro hasn't had a tremendous season at this point, but they pass a look test out there as far as the physical specimens out there.
Yeah, and their athletes rank pretty high also, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, in the state in 2A. So, like you mentioned this, you said this before the game, Gary. You said they might be a better team than the record shows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you look at the teams in this area that are much better than the record. Lexington Catholic 1-5, Coach, but look who they've lost to.
Yeah, exactly.
St. X, they had them down 28-0. Johnson Central, Covington Catholic. You and I did that game. All those games, except for maybe Johnson Central that they lost, they probably should have won those games. I know they should have beat Cov Cav.
Right, they should have. And again, just a tremendous schedule that Coach Perry does early in the season intentionally.
So, Coach is checking out the coin toss here.
LCA won the toss, and they will receive.
So they'll get the ball. So we'll take a look at the Middlesboro defense. Up front, it'll be Ben Bowling, the big 230-pound defensive end. Ryan Miracle will be on the other side. Sebastian Wagone is the tackle, along with Nathan Huguet. Linebackers, Ryan Rogers, Taylor McClellan. Evan Brock is a kid you got to look out. Number 9, we'll be calling his name tonight quite a bit. Ethan Ellison, the running back, will play an outside linebacker. The corners are Anthony Jackson and Owen McWilliams, and the strong safeties, Alex Mason. We're just about set for football here tonight. The kicker's Evan Brock. He does most of the kicking for Middlesboro. Middlesboro comes in out of southern Kentucky. Lexington Christian offense, we already said it for you. The wide receivers, Jed Green and Drayden Burton. And, of course, you got, we mentioned Kalen LeBrecq. Dylan Wheatley's the big running back, 200-pound junior, and Wade Drake is your other wide receivers. Those are your starters for Lexington Christian. They will be receiving the football. And Coach, what do you expect here tonight? LCA, the Eagles, and the Yellow Jackets of Middlesboro.
Okay, here's what I expect. I expect LCA to spread the field, move the ball around, throw the ball all over the field, get the running game going. Defensively, LCA likes to run a 4-3 look, sometimes a 3-4 look. I'll try to pick that out for you if we can. They disguise it a little bit, so it might be tough on my old eyes. Middlesboro, no way of telling. I kind of looked at some of their stuff and their stats. They run a split back veer. They run a 3-back backfield. They run a spread offense. I really don't know, Gary. Whatever they come out with will give us some idea of what their game plan is tonight.
Well, we'll find out here early on. It's Lexington Christian. They're undefeated right now, 6-0, and ranked as high as number 2 in the state. We'll step out real quick, come back with a kickoff here on the White Greer Maggard High School Football Game of the Week. And we're back, set for the kickoff here. And the big fella, when you talk about Evan Brock, one of the biggest kickers you'll see, number 9 there for Middlesboro, 6'4", 235, Coach.
6'4", 235, kicking the ball. Let's see how he does.
Burton is the deep man back. Green is also back there to the far side, and Brock is set to kick off here tonight. Brock into it, the big fella, and it is going to be to the far side. Green's got it. He's up to about the 20. Green cuts it over to the far side, and he's going to get up. Let's see where they mark him at, about the 30-yard line. So return there by Green, Jed Green, the sophomore. And let's check it out, Coach. We gave the starters. Braden Miller will come out there, the 5'11", 175-pound junior quarterback. 75% completion this year.
And no interceptions.
Impressive.
That's impressive, very impressive.
So we'll see now what Miller does here. He's got Dylan Wheatley in the backfield with him. And he's also got to the left there, looks like Wade Drake. Got wide out both sides at the 30. Fakes now, gets back inside to Drake, and he's running hard up to about the 34-yard line and making the hit there. Inside was a linebacker, Ellison. So Drake with the ball, picked up about 3, second down, and it was the outside linebacker, Ellison, who we'll call tonight running the ball out for Middlesboro, making the stop.
Right, and he one of the defensive linemen piled it up pretty good in the middle.
Full house, and quarterback is Nevis. And Nevis passes over the far side. Green, he's up to the 45 and run out of bounds, finally up near midfield. So it's Logan Nevis in there at quarterback. As we said, they go with Braden Miller and Nevis depending on the situation. And, man, it's a hurried-up offense, Coach.
They run a hurry-up offense. They have to take time to move the chains, and that's about it. They're going to try to snap that ball as quickly as they can. That was a quick screen. We've often said with this system, you screen early, screen often.
Wideouts both sides for Nevis. Nevis fakes to Wheatley, tucks it himself. He's down to the 45 and down to the 42 and slammed down right there on a good tackle. And making the play there was the middle linebacker, Taylor McClellan, 21, making the stop there, Coach. He's a 6'2", 190 junior for Middlesboro.
Yeah, they pulled the backside guard and tackle to lead that play.
Nice pickup of about 8 for Nevis. Motion by Wheatley. Fakes, goes back on the far side to LeBrec. LeBrec, and he's down to the 40. LeBrec 35. He's turning on the gas. 30. LeBrec down the far side. He's gone. Touchdown. Kalen LeBrec now. That is his 7th touchdown catch of the season. It goes 42 yards from Logan Nevis.
Right, and that was a bubble screen. The last screen they ran was a quick screen. That was a bubble screen where the receiver steps back, catches the ball, and then gets behind the lineman as they get downfield. But if you noticed, he got stuck a little bit and then bounced outside. Good speed.
Boy, it didn't take long for him to score, did it?
No.
Minute 7. Minute 17, excuse me, to score a touchdown. Long pass. Here's the handoff going right side, and it looked like they want to throw it. And they're going to be throw it backwards, and it'll be picked up there by Harden. And Harden gets a block, and Harden's got the corner now. Does he lower the shoulder? He does and gets in. Harden gets the 2-point conversion after it looked like they were going to be stopped. What a great effort there by Burton to get it back to Harden, and what a good job by Harden to reverse his field. And just like that, it's 8-0 Lexington Christian. 8-0. We'll step out here on the White Greer Maggard High School football game of the week. Lexington Christian up already 8-0 over Middlesboro.
Hi, I'm Lee.
Back here, and it didn't take the Eagles of Lexington Christian very long as they lead it now 8-0, Coach. Set to kick off. It's going to be Will Fugman kicking off. Here's the short kick taken by Middlesboro to the 30-yard line. Taken by one of the upmen there. And that's Brock, I believe, who had it. The big fella Brock, I think, got that little short kick.
Right, number 17 for Middlesboro, who, by the way, I don't have on my sheet, made that tackle.
For, you mean Clay Elliott for LCA?
No, Yeah, for LCA, my fault.
Yep. So Elliott made the tackle. He makes a lot of tackles.
270, yeah.
Yeah, we'll give the defense. We already set Middlesboro offense, and their quarterbacks, Chase Elliott, Ethan Ellison will be the primary ball carrier. And they've got some good receivers in McWilliams, Harrison, and Jackson. And big quarterback Elliott goes under his center now. Ellison is behind him. Slots to the left, motion now to the near side, and give up the gut, and the big running back Ellison is hit immediately and dropped there. Defensively up front for Lexington Christian, Graham Parks, Wade Drake, Will Mayo, Drew Long, Will McClurg, Brett Wilkins, Clay Elliott, the linebackers, Josh McClurg, Drayden Burton, the corners, John Kaufman, Blaine Harden are your safeties.
Yeah, they got to watch out for Corey Harston. He's actually looking at those state statistics for 2A. He's number 6 in the state receiving in 2A.
Wideouts both sides for Elliott. Slides right, Elliott, and he's pulled down immediately on a big-time play by that's big Graham Parks, 6'4", 220 junior, big number 60. Man, he almost took the handoff.
He did. They're going to have a rough go going in the middle against this LCA
and that's
team.
Twice in a row they've gone that route up the middle.
Right. They're running. They started out running. Middlesboro did. The Yellow Jackets running that Navy double slot formation with motions, and Coach Atchley said they will probably run a series of different offenses tonight. There's these again, the offensive formation.
3rd and 7 for Chase Elliott, the quarterback. Motion to the near side, tosses it, and the running back is going to be hit and going nowhere on a quick toss there to Jackson. Anthony Jackson was the sweep there, and jet sweep, and he went nowhere. Matter of fact, he lost yardage, so that brings up 4th and long, and immediately you're going to have to punt the ball to Lexington Christian. Back to receive this punt is Wade Drake.
We're going to watch Jonathan Kaufman a lot tonight, number 34 for LCA. Does a really good job of pursuing sideline and making tackles from the inside out.
So Drake back deep. Brock set to punt. Already 8-0 on a touchdown catch by Kalen LeBrecq. 42 yards from Logan Nevis.
Looks like they're coming for it.
High snap. Brock handles it. Just gets it off, and it's going to be covered at the 37 by one of the short men there, Green. Jed Green's going to recover it for Lexington Christian. So they'll have it in Middlesboro territory at the 38-yard line, Coach. Somebody got a hand on that one.
Right. I think the one of the guys, they rushed the punter with about 10 guys. LCA did, and I think somebody did get a hand on it. But there was so much pressure on that punter, it would be hard for him to get that thing off.
Beautiful night, and the crowd picking up over there for Lexington Christian, and especially in the middle of the stands over there. But we are at the Eagles' Nest. Gary Ball, Mike Meehan, and William Warfield. Lexington Christian, wide open offense, and that's going to be Miller. Gives to Wheatley, and Dillon dives down to the 35, picks up about 3. Wheatley came into this game 86 carries, 580 yards, and coached 9 touchdowns rushing on those 86 carries for Dylan Wheatley, the 205-pound junior running back. He kind of reminds me a lot. This team reminds me a lot of that team you coach with Lucas Whittick, quarterback, and you had Dominique Hayden at running back. You had the physical runner and Wheatley, good quarterbacks, and Nevis and Miller. Miller back to pass. Miller looking left, throws, and knocked down on good hands there by Middlesboro. Nice hands.
Middlesboro's a load inside, Gary. I'm looking at Jesse Uglet.
Yes.
He's the defensive lineman in the middle, the nose man. He's a senior, but he's 5'8", 240, and they're having trouble blocking him right now.
8:07 to go in the first quarter with Lexington Christian up top, leading 8-0 here. Braden Miller, Nevis got the touchdown pass in the opening series. Now Braden Miller, the junior quarterback, rolling to the left. Here comes pressure, backside, sets, throws, caught by LeBrecq, and LeBrecq got the first down as he takes it down inside the, see what they mark him at, about the, the 25. Tough angle here on the markers, yard markers. The only problem over here, we're not high atop the field here, but that looks like about the 25 from over here, Coach.
Yes. That was an unbalanced line look, and they ran the sprint out to the left, had the receiver open in the flat.
Miller. Wheatley, back it goes now, and that's going to be a reverse to Burton. Burton down the right side, breaks a tackle. Burton is going to be, no, he breaks that tackle, cuts it back, he's gone. 15-10 touchdown. Burton should have been tackled back at the 20. And the guy tried to get him around the shoulders, and Burton said, I'm not going down. I'm not going anywhere. And Drayden Burton takes it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, the one thing you cannot do against an LCA team that's this quick and strong, and they do work hard on the weights in the offseason, by the way, Gary,
that helps,
is to try to tackle these guys on around the shoulders, and that way you can't. You've got to lock them up. You've mentioned this so many times. Tackling is so important in high school football. In Lexington, it lacks sometimes. It looks like it lacks a little bit in Middlesboro, too.
So trying to make it 15-0, and Fugman's kick is up. They brought him in from the soccer team, and it's no good. So
knuckleball.
Lexington Christian 14 and Middlesboro nothing here. With 7:45, it's only taken 4 minutes and 15 seconds for LCA to put 14 points up on the board. They lead 14-0. We'll return on the White Greer Maggard High School Football Game of the Week.
Hi, I'm Lee, and I'm happy with my smile.
And I'm other Lee, and I ain't happy with my smile.
I went to White Greer and Maggard, and they fixed my smile for me.
And I never smile, and that's why I'm having some alone time here at dinner.
I love that I can go to White Greer and Maggard with all my questions.
And I love that I don't have to brush my teeth at night.
Don't be like this, me. Go to White Greer and Maggard for a picture-perfect smile.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
All S.
And Fugman's kick is taken by the Upman at the 37-yard line, and that's where Middlesboro will have it. Coach already down 14-0. What can they do to slow down this juggernaut, also known as Lexington Christian Academy Eagles?
Well, they've got to control the ball offensively and get some first downs. If they don't move the chains, they're in trouble.
Exactly.
I mean, they're in trouble the whole time. The way LCA rushed the punter, we can see even if they're not trying to block it, they're going to put a lot of pressure on these fourth downs.
And, they tried that jet sweep to Jackson. He's got speed, but he actually lost yards on that. So you got to be able to pass the ball against Lexington Christian. It's going to be a long night.
Right.
Let's see if Elliott can do that, the junior quarterback. He's got twins out to the top. Motion now. Slides right. He's going to tuck it himself and pull down at the line of scrimmage. And nice play turned in there by Lexington Christian. I believe it was Kaufman. And also it was Will Mayo.
Oh, yeah, Will Mayo is just showing so much quickness, scraping out there and making the tackle. I know that one of the things that LCA has been working on is how quick these defensive linemen pursue the football.
Mm-hmm.
And, again, Middlesboro is going to have a rough time getting around the edges.
They didn't gain anything on that. 2nd and 10. Clock running, approaching 7 minutes, 10 seconds here. First quarter, and LCA already up 14-0. Elliott under his center, sends motion to the near side. And gives to the big running back, Ellison. He's got no room at all. And racked up there, coming up, making the play is Clay Elliott, the linebacker, number one tackler on the team, helping out.
Brett Wilkins, too, was in there.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just piling up the middle and they're not allowing them to gain a yardage.
3rd down and 9 for Middlesboro, the Yellow Jackets. Traditionally a good football program down there at Middlesboro, traditionally, Coach.
Yes, we both talked to the head coach. Nice guy, really good guy. Looks like he's really working hard. Massengill, Coach Massengill.
Zach Massengill, you're exactly right. Wideouts both sides, and they haven't been able to do much against this LCA defense. Let's see if Elliott can pull out a play for him. Elliott back to pass. Here comes pressure, fires it, and incomplete up near midfield as he had his receiver open up there. Streaking up, and that was Jackson, who's a good receiver. And the LCA was closing, but Jackson, if he catches that, Coach, he's got the first down by plenty. Brings up 4th down. Now they'll have to punt again. They'll have to bring in big Evan Brock, their punter. Last time it was interesting. He got the high snap off, Coach, but it was partially blocked by LCA.
Right, and again, they're just going to put pressure. They may try to return this one because of the lead. Again, that pass was there. The quarterback just needs to calm down and put the ball on the money to the receiver.
LeBrecq is back deep inside the 25. waiting for this. Brock. Here comes that pressure, and Brock gets off a much better punt this time. LeBrecq backs up 25, hauls it in. LeBrecq stutter steps 30, 35. LeBrecq up near the 40, and LeBrecq will be tackled right there before he gets to the 40-yard line. That's where the offense for Lexington Christian will go to work. They've used both quarterbacks tonight, Coach. They used Logan Nevis on the first series. He threw a 42-yard strike to LeBrecq, and then they used Brady Miller on the second series, and he looked very well. Very good.
Yeah, he did. He really did. So, again, if they're going to alternate quarterbacks or are they going to try to settle with one, it'd be interesting to see.
And, you know, here at Lexington Christian, it's not true. If you have two good quarterbacks, you don't have a good one. But here they have two really good quarterbacks, and they use them both.
They do.
Effectively. This time it'll be Nevis gives to Wheatley. Wheatley, 45. Wheatley, and finally knocked down just shy of the 45, 44-yard line. Looked like Jackson came from the outside there. Jackson, also Brock helped out the big linebacker, Evan Brock. You like his size, Coach, 6'4", 235.
I like him as a linebacker, too, and he scrapes pretty well.
Pickup of about 4 for Wheatley, and did they jump off? And the side judge is going to say, yes, they did. So instead of second and 6, it's going to be second and about a yard, I believe, for the Eagles of Lexington Christian.
Middlesboro is very interesting. They've settled down into a 4-3 look, but they're playing man-to-man on the outside receivers with one free safety. And the safety's got a lot of quickness, and they're going to let him roam back and forth. But, again, they're playing man on these outside receivers. LCA has an opportunity to break one here.
Trip sets. Wheatley goes in motion. Nevis back to pass. Nevis dancing. Now steps up, and Nevis, a good runner, is going to tuck it, and he is going to get down to the midfield and get the first down into Middlesboro territory. Just broke the 50-yard line. Nevis, that's what he needed to do to pick up the first down. And the play was made by Wagner, Sebastian Wagner. Listen to the size on this kid. He's a sophomore, 6'4", 240.
There's some big guys out there. Middlesboro dropped back in that zone on long yardage situation. Sometimes they run a man and zone. It's going to be interesting to see.
14-0. Eagles on top. Nevis passes over the middle. LeBrecq got it. LeBrecq all the way down to the 35. Pick up of 14 yards to Kalen LeBrecq, the junior receiver. 21 catches coming in. Coach already has a couple in this game and a touchdown catch already.
Yeah, that's one of their favorite plays.
Burton splits out to the bottom with Drake, as you can see from our great camera work from Big Joe Allen. Here's Nevis keeping it. Nevis got some room, cuts it outside. He's to the 20. He's to the 10-5. He's going to take it in. Touchdown. Logan Nevis. 9th touchdown of the season rushing.
Right, and that play, what a super block on the outside by the receiver that picked up that man on the end, number 13 for LCA. Do you have a 13 on your roster?
That would be the one and only Drayden Burton.
Drayden Burton.
Your guy.
They must have changed his number. I had number 8 for him.
Yeah, I've got him as 13. At least that's what they gave me. That's what it was on the KJSA roster.
All right. Yeah, Drayden Burton, his daddy's coaching here.
Was there a flag?
Yep.
We missed that flag, didn't we? Holding. So we missed the hanky.
Well, I don't think it was on on Burton because Burton knocked his guy on his back.
Yeah, they did call holding though, so take it back to the 21, take that touchdown off for quarterback Logan Nevis. Your thoughts of these two quarterbacks, Coach?
I think they both have their skill level. I think that it's going to help them later on in the season when they get down to those two big games.
Nevis back to pass. Nevis looking left, throws it, and it is caught. Big-time hit put on. And the catch was made there by Burton.
Burton came it's called a shallow pattern. They run a shallow cross pattern where the receiver comes underneath, wide receiver comes underneath about the distance of where the linebackers would be, crosses the field. The quarterback reads the grass, what's open on the outside, throws it to him or throws the dig coming across.
He reads the grass?
Way. Yes, he does. I'll explain that to you.
Yeah, I want an explanation. Here's Wheatley up to gut. Wheatley, guy dragging his jersey, and Dylan Wheatley dragging him down inside the 10-yard line. It'll be close to the first. It will be first and goal. Boy, Wheatley was just dragging the would-be tackler heading by the jersey.
That's some strong legs right there. He just kept pulling forward. I like the way he runs. He gets his shoulders down, his body weight forward.
First and goal for Nevis. Nevis gives to Wheatley into the 5. Dylan Wheatley takes it in uncontested. Nobody really touched him, untouched. Touchdown, Dylan Wheatley, and on the season for Mr. Wheatley, that's going to be his 10th touchdown rushing. And just like that, it's 20-0 here. And we still have 3:49 in the first quarter.
Wow, it's amazing. He's 11th in the state in rushing, by the way, in 2A. So I looked up those stats because I heard there's so much about their rushing.
Miller will hold, and Fugman will kick. Hamilton is out this game, and that kick is up, and it is going to be just over over the crossbar. And so with 3:49, it is already Lexington Christian Academy 21, Middlesboro nothing here on the White Greer Maggard High School football game of the week.
When you're not happy with your smile, you feel down. When you feel down, you stay in bed. When you stay in bed, you miss deadlines. When you miss deadlines, a lot of kids are upset. Don't upset a lot of kids. Love your smile. Call White, Greer, and Maggard today.
Gary Ball, Mike Meehan, and William Warfield back on PrepSpin. Boy, look at that beautiful picture there, Coach, of the Eagles nest here. What a beautiful picture on a beautiful night. So far, it's been all Eagles. They've been soaring high, haven't they, Coach? 21-0.
They've been soaring high, running the football and passing the football.
Here's the Fugman kick. He's been kicking them short. Kicks this one short, backing up on it. And Middlesboro player slips and falls at about the 32-yard line on the far side over there.
Gary, can I throw a shout-out in here?
Yes, sir.
I've got a good friend watching this in central Indiana by the name of Greg Griswold Banza.
Griswold.
And I just want to say hi to him. He's a good man.
Griswold,
He's a good friend.
Lexington Christian Academy. We know they're on fall break, so I'm sure some of their fans are shout out to their fans too watching tonight here in this high definition. Look at that 1080p.
It's just awesome. And again, Middlesboro, you people at home, people in Middlesboro watching this, got to have faith in your team. They've just got to figure out the key. They've got to come up with a key to move the ball and move the chains against this LCA defense.
Well, the quarterback, Elliott, he had Jackson open down the middle of the field, but you got to make that pass. And back inside, they give it. Not much. They keep running up the middle, but there's just nothing there with that LCA front four.
LCA is disguising their defense a little bit. They were up in man-to-man with zero coverage. Even the safety was up on the slot. And then right before the snap, they backed off into a zone look. They're switching back and forth with their corners, so they must be have a certain person to cover one of the wideouts that they want to keep him on there all the time.
Ethan Ellison, the ball carrier, and he gained very little, Coach. Maybe what, half a yard maybe?
At the most.
So wideouts both sides for Elliott, the junior. Motion now by Jackson to toss to him. Jackson trying to get it outside. Jackson, and he's hit at the 35 and upended right there. Coming over to get him the linebacker, number 17. That's Clay Elliott. Boy, Elliott, number one tackler. Actually, Wilkins and Elliott, the two inside linebackers, lead this team in tackles. And, Coach, listen to this. They both coming into this game had 43 tackles apiece, 86 tackles for those two guys.
That's amazing.
Combined.
And again, you know, they're trying to keep these guys covered. Watch the defense. People watching on PrepSpin, watch the defensive line for LCA. They're counting on their quickness rather than their strength. They hardly even make contact with the offensive linemen before they start moving down the line of scrimmage to make tackles.
Elliott settles under his center now. Motion to the far side. Here's Elliott. He's going to be sacked all the way back. And, boy, I tell you, nice play turned in by number 11. And, of
Wade
course,
Drake.
that is Drake. Yeah, Wade Drake, the nose guard. You know, what he lacks in size for a nose tackle, he makes up in quickness. 185 pounds does Mr. Drake.
Again, he did not hardly contact the center. He just went right by him on the left side, snuck his way through. They're running a little A-gap blitz, it looked like.
And still we're deep into the first quarter and yet to pick up a first down is Middlesboro. They're going to punt the ball for the third time tonight.
And they're having pressure punting the football, too.
LeBrecq is back deep for Lexington Christian to receive this Evan Brock punt. LCA looks like they're bringing the folks, but they back off a little bit. Here's the Brock punt. Good punt by LeBrecq, driving LeBrecq back, and He's going to watch it bounce back
Nice
inside
punt.
the 20 to the 17, 18-yard line. That was a good punt there. That punt covered about 49 yards.
Nice punt, and actually without any pressure, without the pressure on him to think about it, he just boomed the ball. Again, LCA, this is the worst field position they've had.
Yep, it is. It's the first time they've been back inside the 20-yard line. Their other series have all started up around the 35, 40-yard line.
Now, I expect LCA to run some screens again. They're going to try to get some pressure coming in on the quarterback. They feel like they could maybe get some yardage running either a bubble screen again or quick screen. We'll see.
Quarterback, Braden Miller, the junior. Miller in at quarterback this time for Nevis. They're interchangeable, of course. Miller sliding left, gives it back inside, and ball carrier up to the 20 is going to be Drake, and he's going to be finally hauled down at the 21-yard line on a carry by Wade Drake, the junior.
They change their defense now. They're running some 3-4 look, and people watching 3-4 look means they're freeing their linebackers up. They're more concerned about the pass than the run, and they're going to free their linebackers up back in the back to scrape and go to the pass game too.
Miller's got twins to both sides, and Dylan Wheatley to his right. Back to pass, fires to Burton. He's got it. Burton is going to be flung down at the 25-yard line. And nice play over there turned in. And that was making the play there was 22, who's not a starter, Coach. That's Jacob Johnson.
Jacob Johnson came in here and played some pretty aggressive football. Again, they're running a 3-4. Notice what happened there. Instead of those two linebackers back there, they have 4 linebackers now, or 3 that they can get to the football a little bit easier.
Braden Miller, 3rd and short, is going to tuck it himself, and he's got the first down and more up to the 31-yard line. Only needed a yard, got about 4. So first down, LCA, that'll probably do it for the first quarter, just 16 seconds. As soon as they move the chains, they'll start that clock. But LCA up there like they're wanting to get another play in here in this first period.
They will. I'm sure they will. They're running that fast offense.
Yeah, hurried up, and Wheatley to the right of Miller. Miller back, looking downfield, down the middle of the field, and it's knocked away.
Ooh.
Good hands there by a big linebacker there for Middlesboro.
Yeah, Kalen Liebert was coming across for what we call a dig route, where he goes down about 10 yards, it comes straight across the field, and those linebackers dropped right in front of it. That could have been intercepted. It should have been intercepted.
Yeah, well, Middlesboro knocked it down. They're not only going to get 1 play in before the end of the first, they're going to get 2 with that incompletion. Second down, motion by LeBranc. Snap Miller gives to Dylan Wheatley, and Wheatley up to gut. Wheatley running hard. He's up to the 40-yard line, and when we come back for the second quarter, it'll be a 3rd and short for LCA here. They lead it 21-0 here. This is the White Greer Maggard High School Football Game of the Week on PrepSpin, the leading digital high school sports network in the state of Kentucky. We'll return to Lexington Christian. The Eagles lead 21-0 over Middlesboro.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
I'm not happy with my teeth. They're not straight enough.
Let me fix them for you.
No. You are not White Greer and Maggard.
I'm sort of like White Greer and Maggard. I'm local, love smiles, love to fix things.
No.
Action here, thanks, of course, to Bob Roberts Insurance over in Richmond. Handoff goes inside. Wheatley has got the first down up to the 48-yard line. Dylan Wheatley. Coach, what is it you like so much about Dylan Wheatley? For his size, it looks like number 32 has a great vision.
Great vision. They've been running there. That time it was just a little dive, but they've been running a little zone read action, and he's doing a really good job. I like the way he keeps his shoulders down. He keeps his weight over his pads, down low, pushes forward, gets those extra yards when he needs them.
Lexington Christian starting the second period up 21-0. Back to pass, Braden Miller. Miller fires down the right side, and it is going to be caught. And breaking tackles a 10, and touchdown by Wade Drake, the junior. And just like that, it is 27-0 Eagles here, 11:29 in the first half.
It was a well-covered play. The Middlesboro Yellow Jackets backed up. They played a little man-to-man that time and had it covered. But that was a super catch. It reminds me of old Brandon Burdett's catches. Super catch and then a great run down the sideline.
He's working with the receivers here now.
Yes, he is.
Mr.
Yes, he is.
Brandon Burdett, he was a good one.
Oh.
You got Nevis in there now for the two-point conversion. He's going to shovel it. They're going to give it back to Miller. He's going to fire wide open in the back of the end zone, and the two-point conversion is good as it's hauled in by Harden, Blaine Harden. So looked like Harden hauled it in to me. Harden. So with 11:29 to go in the first half, it is already Eagles 29, Yellow Jackets nothing here at the Eagles Nest. We'll return on the White Greer Maggard. I want to thank Mingy Beef Jerky. Thanks to Mingy Beef Jerky.
Everybody
also,
wants the Mingy Beef Jerky,
Mingy
buddy.
Beef Jerky
Woo!
also. That's the good stuff. And we got a whole box of it up here. I'm going to have to snark some of that before we leave the stadium.
No, that goes to the coach, the winning coach.
I know. Well, I mean, the coach, does he get the whole box?
I think he's supposed to. I don't know.
We got to talk to Mr. Stuckey about that, man.
Well, we've noticed that box has been open a couple times. But,
and what a great shot there from Joe Allen, our videographer here. We are on the visiting side of the Eagles Nest here at Lexington Christian, and that is a great shot of the home stands there. As we already noted, okay, it's 29-0. As we already noted, it's not the sellout of the big crowd you normally have because they're on fall break here. A lot of the families are out of town.
And we're hoping they're safe. I mean, this is a rough time to be on the East Coast right now.
Well, what in the world can Middlesboro do here, Coach? They're down 29-0.
Well, they've got to move the football and get some first downs.
They have not yet. They've yet to pick up a first down. That's been one critical problem.
Well, they had one gain of about 4 yards, and that's about it.
Flugman's short kick taken at the 20 to the 25 and tackled back at the 32-yard line, and that's going to be Anthony Jackson, I believe. Yeah, Jackson returned that one. So this is about the best field position. Jackson sets him up at the 32-yard line, Coach. Actually, they mark him at the 31.
Yeah, they're going to have trouble running inside against LCA's defense, and they're going to have trouble running outside against LCA's defense. So, actually, the one thing that they have had in their pocket, something that's been in their playbook, Gary, for a while now, is they run a split back veer. And if they can come out with that veer where they're faking that inside and reading that edge player,
yes, sir,
maybe they might be able to hit inside or outside.
I know we're still 11-23, but what we got coming up at halftime, Coach Mia?
A couple good UFOs and a pretty good interview with the athletic director here.
Terry Johnson trips out to the top for Elliott, and he is going to tuck it in, dives up to the 35, and nice job there by the actually, that was Ellison who went under center that time, the running back, big 195-pound senior.
Yeah, looked like a little bit of a what they call a wildcat.
Wildcat, yeah.
Back in the old days, we called that a single wing. They don't want to call it that anymore.
Yeah, so Ellison is going to be their quarterback now, Coach.
Yep.
Number 4 is the quarterback now. Let's see who they put back there.
That's the other quarterback,
isn't it? So they got Ellison at quarterback, and they got Elliott at the running back. So they just changed the positions for those two guys. Here's a quarterback. Hit hard, lets it go, and incomplete. As he was hit as he let it go, and that is going to be incomplete. Intended receiver downfield was Corey Harrison, the junior receiver. I'll tell you what.
Harrison made a valiant effort for that ball.
Sure did. He almost came up with it, didn't he, Coach?
He almost did, but the quarterback's hurting a little bit now.
Yeah, he took a hit. I'm not sure who that Mack truck was that came in there and lowered the boom on him for LCA. But I tell you what, I'm impressed with these linebackers, Clay Elliott and Brett Wilkins, number 1 and number 17, the seniors. They are both so good at that linebacker position. And the front line there, Parks, Drake, Mayo, and Long wreaking havoc tonight with still 10:40 to go and a 29-0 lead. Ellison back to pass, pressure coming again. Ellison's going to tuck it. He's got some room, 40, 45, and he gets the first down. Wheatley comes over and lowers the boom on number
that was a penalty.
21 there, McClellan. Do you see a flag, Coach?
Yeah, it's a penalty. He hit him in the back and hit him. Wheatley, hit him in the back and pushed him out of bounds. Now, the side judge here didn't call it, but the referee came all the way down the field and called it.
Yeah, so that'll tack on 15 yards to that.
Absolutely. Good call.
And that'll move it all the way down to the 40 of Lexington Christian. Deepest penetration. You know, bringing this running back in, a quarterback, has paid dividends so far. At least they got a first down, their first first down, Coach.
You're right, and they're using a little bit of an option action. It was pretty much either a counter option look or maybe an inside zone counter option look. But, again, they're moving the football pretty well.
Lexington Christian dominated here, but Middlesboro showing some signs of life here since they put their starting running back, Ethan Ellison, in at quarterback to move Chase Elliott back to the running back spot.
Timeout here, Gary.
And that penalty moves it down inside the 40. Deepest penetration for Middlesboro. Lexington Christian 29, Middlesboro nothing. Gary Ball with Mike Meehan, William Warfield, Joe Allen, our videographer, literally on top of the box. We'll step out here, come back. White Greer Maggard Game of the Week brought to you by Whitaker Bank.
Hi, I'm Lee, and I'm
Now they've got Elliott back in at quarterback, Coach. I'm just looking to see. They're changing their quarterbacks like LCA, and that time the quarterback Elliott was able to lunge for about a yard. And as we said, 29-0, 10 minutes and 23 seconds, Coach, to go in the first half.
That big offensive line for Middlesboro needs to start moving some people out. Again, I'm really interested in having a good time watching the defensive line for LCA. They're not counting on their strength and power. They're getting their hands on the defenders or on the offensive line and then running back and forth down the line of scrimmage, causing havoc.
Yeah, now back at quarterback is Ellison. I mean, they're just taking a page from the LCA by using Miller and Nevis, right?
Right, exactly.
They're using Ellison right now. Elliott ran that last one. Now Ellison back in at quarterback. Ellison fakes now, and he tucks it and dives down about to 37. We're to be third down, and let's call it 7 o'clock running, 9:40 to go in the first half. Unheralded football overachievers coming up at halftime with Coach Mike Meehan, and the athletic director here at Lexington Christian, Terry Johnson, is going to join us as well. What a great athletic program they got over here at Lexington Christian. This football team's outstanding. Good soccer programs, good volleyball, all the way down the line. Just a really good athletic department here at Lexington Christian Academy. As you know, Coach, you coached here.
Yes, and a tremendous concentration on the Christian aspect of the athletic program, which is something I want to talk to Terry about.
Third down and 8. Trips to the near side. Tucked that time by Elliott, and he's going nowhere. Big time hit. On top was Park, and down low was Wilkins.
Well, Brett Wilkins,
the linebacker. How did he get in there so fast?
I don't know, but they're running that little A-gap blitz, and I think maybe that's where he was that time, coming in through the A-gap, making the tackle. The offensive line for Middlesboro, they don't have much choice other than to close their splits down and maybe gap block it or something to pick up those blitzes that the linebackers keep coming in there.
I'll tell you what, folks, watching this game, of course, Bluegrass Preps gives us a lot of love too with Rob Batchgalupo, but they're seeing one of the best teams in AA football here tonight. That's the blue-clad Eagles of Lexington Christian. They are really good. Quarterback back to pass, fires. He's got a receiver over there. That's Elliott. Elliott upended, but he got the first down. That's their second first down. Since they brought in the new quarterback, Ellison, they've picked up their first two first downs of this game in the first half. Coach also got the aid by that 15-yard late hit on the penalty on the sideline there.
They did a really nice job. They ran a doubles over here on this side, a double slot action with a single receiver on the backside. Run the single receiver deep down the field, take the back out of the backfield. There's nobody over there. The linebackers are crowding, like we said, and coming in through the gaps. Mm-hmm. There's nobody out there to take that man. Watch LCA will start adjusting to that real soon.
Twin receivers to the top. Ellison looks like he is, Ellison the quarterback. Ellison rolling to the right, and he's sacked back at the 35-yard line by who else Brett Wilkins, the linebacker.
Gap block it. You've got to pick up those A-gap blocks. You have to. You can't allow those guys to come in like that. By the way, Chase Elliott is hurting out there. He is hurting. After every play, he comes to the sideline and bends over. I'm thinking it might be his hand. It might be his hand because he keeps favoring that right hand.
Mm-hmm.
Chase, I hope not.
Chase or Clay Elliott?
It's the number 1, Chase.
That's Brett Wilkins. Yeah, Wilkins, I believe, is number 1, Coach.
Oh, I'm talking about for
Middlesboro. Yeah, okay, I've got you. I got to
look at him. See,
we got to keep our Elliott straight, don't we?
Look at his favoring that right arm. Look.
Gotcha. Yeah, he is. He really is. He was the quarterback. Maybe that's why he's no longer the quarterback, and they moved Ellison in there to quarterback. So, with 7:06 in the first half, it's all Eagles all the time. 29-0 leading Middlesboro. We'll return here on the White Greer Maggard High School football game of the week from.
I am Lee, and I'm happy with my smile. And I'm other Lee, and I ain't happy with my smile. I went to White Greer and Maggard, and they fixed my smile for me. And I never smile, and that's why I'm having some alone time here at dinner. I love that I can go to White Greer and Maggard with all my questions. And I love that I don't have to brush my teeth at night. Don't be like this, me. Go to White Greer and Maggard for a picture-perfect smile.
Gary Ball with Mike Meehan back here at Lexington Christian. Coach Meehan used to be the quarterback coach? You were the quarterback coach here at LCA?
Yes, I was. Originally, I was working as an offensive coordinator and then kind of moved to the quarterback coach when Curtis Cotton came. Curtis Cotton took over a lot of the offensive duties then.
He's now at Bowling Green.
Yes, doing a fantastic job.
Ellison with Elliott. Got to keep your Ellisons and Elliott's right. He's back to pass. Fire almost picked off, and I tell you what, that would have been probably a pick 6 there for Drake. Number 11, as he had it there. Wade Drake had it, dropped it, and I tell you, there's nothing but green in front of him. He would have probably taken that to the house.
Right, and again, they seem to be going backwards, Gary. I mean, they had a really nice play on that flare pass to get good yardage.
Now they got 3rd and 20.
3rd and 20 is a tough situation against this LCA team. LCA will put pressure on the quarterback with those linebackers, and again, it's difficult to run against them. Possibly maybe a screen or something maybe might work.
Well, looking at the sidelines, the numbers are really down at Middlesboro, Coach. What we count, 29 players?
Yeah, great program. I mean, Lee Majors Field, their home field, they won a lot of games there.
The actor, Lee Majors?
Yes, yeah. That's his field's named after him.
Alma mater. I think he went on to $6 Million Man, went on to play at Eastern, didn't he, in college?
I think he did, yes.
Yeah, after Middlesboro. I forgot he played there. So that penalty moves it back. So instead of 3rd and 20, it's going to be 3rd and about 25 now. 7:02 to go in the first half, and Lexington Christian Academy. Well, they've done it a lot of different ways tonight. They've had some nice passes. Drake called in a beautiful pass over on the far sideline. LeBrec really did a nice job on the yak. Rolling to the right, and Ellison, he's going to break some tackles at the 40, and finally Drake and company are going to get him at about the 38, so that'll be 4th and long. Ellison, the ball carrier.
Ellison's not bad, you know that? He's not a bad runner. He just doesn't have a lot of room to run.
He's a good size kid, 6 foot 195.
Yeah, good hustle, works really hard. I like this guy, I really do. Again, it's just tough against this defense. LCA has just done a superb job of scouting because they're countering just about everything that Middlesboro does.
Tonight we're on PrepSpin. Next Friday, boy, what a good one, Coach. Boyle County and Lexington Catholic.
Looking forward to that one. That's a war.
That will be a war over Joseph K. Ford Stadium. Ellison steps up, throws it deep down the far sideline, diving, and does he come up with it? No, he could not come up with it. What a great effort, though, as it's incomplete on that 4th down. But I tell you what, you got to like the effort there. That was Anthony Jackson. Great effort by number 6.
Superb effort. And actually a pretty good throw under duress. It was a little low. It was pretty hard to get the ball up in the air with all that pressure on the quarterback.
LCA's coach has scored on every possession. They lead 29-0.
And they scored in different ways, too, to just show that kind of offense that they have.
See what they do here. They have it at the 38, 1st down. 6:10 to go in the first half here. Gary Ball, Mike Meehan, William Warfield, and Joe Allen, our videographer on top of the press box tonight with the camera work. Twins to the bottom, and there's Nevis handing it off to Wheatley. 45. Dylan Wheatley midfield. Dylan Wheatley still on his feet. Dylan down to the 35. Wheatley will not go down, and what a big-time run by Wheatley.
Love that big number, 32 number, too. Looked like back old Jimmy Brown back in the day. Nice run, just nothing hard, nothing difficult at all.
30-plus yards. We don't have a stat monitor or crew tonight, folks, so we're doing a lot of this in our head. Here's Nevis. He keeps it, tucks it, and he's finally going to be tackled down at the 20-yard line.
Pretty good job of coming across the safety, made that tackle, coming up and making that tackle. Number 4.
Yeah, that's, of course, Ellison, the quarterback. So football at the 21 for Logan Nevis. I tell you what, Joey Thacker dialing up all the plays tonight, isn't he? The offensive pump fake. LeBrecq and running into the corner, and it is going to be knocked away. Could have been intercepted and probably should have been intercepted.
Good defense.
Yeah.
Just good defense all over him. That was a nice job. I'm seeing a lot of good sportsmanship by these two teams,
Yeah,
too.
Mason, by the way, nearly picked that one off, number 18, back there at his strong safety spot.
I like to see this kind of sportsmanship. They're helping each other up and so on. Too many times you see these.
Yeah, really the only unsportsmanlike has been that hit over here on the sideline on the Middlesboro player. Other than that, it's been error-free and clean-free football.
Very clean game.
So let's see what Logan Nevis does here. Rolling to the right, Nevis following Wheatley. Nevis cuts it back inside and turns on the gas a little bit, punches the pedal a little bit. Let's see where they mark him at down. It'll be 1st and goal. I tell you what, I like how these quarterbacks, both of them, Miller and Nevis, know when to make the cuts, know when to kind of, turn the speed on a little bit and follow their blockers.
What's hurting Middlesboro also, Gary, is this fast-paced offense.
29-0. Nevis inside to Wheatley. Dylan, and he is going to power his way in for the touchdown. His second score tonight. Both of them came from about 9 yards out. So Wheatley now, Dylan has 11 touchdowns rushing on the season, and it is 35-0. If they get this extra point, Coach, we will have a running clock from henceforth.
And that is something that I didn't expect. I figured that the defense would hang in there and play a little bit better than they played.
As an old English teacher, did you like that, henceforth?
Yes, henceforth. You sound like Shakespeare. We're going to start quoting Shakespeare. I think it's time to eat some beef jerky. And
here's a
Mingy beef jerky.
Fugman in for the extra point. And let's see, the play is blown dead before they get to kick off. As we said, it's 35-0. Kentucky High School Athletic Association, once you get to 36, it is a running clock. I call it the mercy rule, but I understand a lot of people say we've gotten away from the mercy rule, but that's what it is. It's you got a 36-point lead. They want to call off the dog, so to speak.
Right. I think the only change they should make in that, if the team gets back within 14, they should go back.
No,
to
I
the
don't.
clock.
I want the clock to continue to run. So we differ on that opinion. Here's the kick up by Fugman, and it is good. So we will have a running clock. 36-0. Lexington Christian leading Middlesboro. And we want to thank, of course, Bob Roberts Insurance. They're over in Richmond, Kentucky. Bob Roberts Insurance are on Main Street. They insure more than half of this great state of Kentucky. Also, thanks to Mingy Beef Jerky, Whitaker Bank. Also, thanks to UK Sports Medicine on Sunday at 12:30. Jenny Williams will join us on the Scholastic Ball Report. We'll be back in 30 seconds. We've got the running clock already. It's 36-0 Lexington Christian. Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin. Gary Ball, Mike Meehan, William Moorfield, Joe Allen back here. And here's the short kick again taken by Middlesboro. And They bring it to the near side and hemmed in and pulled down. Back there will be Jackson. 36-0, Coach. A running clock from this point on to this football game. 36-0. What has Lexington Christian done to get to this 36-0 lead here on Middlesboro?
Well, pretty much done whatever they wanted to do.
That's true.
They're running the football well. They're passing the football well. They're running 2 quarterbacks. They're doing an excellent job. Middlesboro's problem is not getting the first downs. LCA goes so quickly on offense that it's important that you get first downs to keep their offense off the field, and they're not doing it.
But the true sign of character, okay, Middlesboro, they're not having a great season, okay? They're 1-5 coming in. They're getting beat soundly here, but the kids out there are still playing hard for Middlesboro. That's a good sign.
They're playing really hard with good sportsmanship, and I love the way they're hitting. When they get a chance, I mean, they're starting to tackle a little bit better, and early in the game they were having trouble tackling.
So now they got Elliott back in at quarterback. He's back in out of the shotgun with Ellison to his right. He rolls right, tosses to Elliott. Elliott trying to bounce outside. He'll go nowhere because the linebacker right there was on top of him, and that's a kid named Clay Elliott. That's why I said you got to keep your, Ellison the ball carrier, Elliott the quarterback for Middlesboro, Clay Elliott the linebacker there for LCA.
Yeah, we're going to have a little timeout here because Ellison is hurt. He's down on the sideline hurt.
They did to get him off to the side. Clock continues to run. Well, injured player, for some reason they stopped.
They do. They stop it for an injured player.
Okay, but he's off the field.
It doesn't matter. The officials making the call.
Gotcha.
You got to be real careful about injuries, and they're not going to take it.
So LCA will go to their sideline. Also want to tell you, thank you for right over here. You can almost see the Fayette Mall here from here, and LCA all sports in the Fayette Mall.
I'm going to tell you a story.
See it on
about
the field.
sports.
See it in the.
I'm going to tell you a story about all sports.
Yes, sir.
All right. When I was coaching over here, we got to the playoffs, and in the first playoff game, actually the first playoff game that was home, the referee came to us 30 minutes before the game and said, "You're using an illegal football. You have to use in the playoffs. You have to use a KHSAA football."
Yes, sir.
Which was a Riddell or something. We were using a passing football, to be honest with you. So we didn't know what to do. Coach Raines went to their coach. The coach for the other team was like Pikeville or somebody, and said, "Can we borrow a ball to use?" And the guy gave us the worst ball you have ever seen. A big waterlogged ball that looked like a bladder from a pig or something. It was awful. So we sent we needed a ball bad.
So he went to All Sports.
We sent 2 managers over to All Sports to get us the ball. They ran over there real quick. I don't even know if they paid for it. They said, "We'll pay you later. We got to get back to the
Wait a
field."
minute. If they didn't pay for it, then All Sports.
No, they paid later.
The thing's going to go off when you leave the store, and they're going to be arrested.
No. They said, "Get over there. Get to the game. We'll get your money later," and we paid them later, I think. But just a super job of saving us. Of course, it was our fault. I mean, we should have known that rule.
Yeah, you should have had the right football to begin with.
But we were throwing
But thank goodness for All Sports in the Fayette Mall.
Absolutely.
Or you wouldn't have had a football.
That's right.
And was it a Riddell?
It was the ball we needed. It was a legal football.
Wow. So All Sports pretty much has it all over there.
They do.
Man, oh, man. Glad to have them on. Of course, UK Sports Medicine, Rob Ullery, those folks. And also for high school sports, this Sunday at 12:30, we got a good Scholastic ball report for you on CW, Coach. Louisville Male Bulldogs, the defending state champs, are on the show as our team of the week. And Coach Wolf brought in his quarterback, T.J. Thomas, and his top defender, a great guy named Robert Sheffield. They're the team of the week. And our scholar athletes are from Tates Creek Volleyball. All they are is 24-4 this year.
Oh, I'm going to watch that for sure.
Sunday at 12:30. Here's quarterback, and they give it around the right side and hit hard. And knocked down is the ball carrier, and that's going to be number 10, who's a backup player there. That's Ryan McVeigh, a freshman. So McVeigh, the ball carrier, boy, he paid the price for that. That was a big hit with 3 minutes, 9 seconds to go, running clock already, because it's 36-0 Lexington Christian leading Middlesboro.
Drew Long came across and really laid him out. That was a really, really hard hit.
When you're up 36-0, why do you have just a question? Why do you have Dylan Wheatley in there on the defensive line?
Well, again, they're probably going to make those changes at halftime right now. Notice how they're in a 3-4 look now. They're backed off pretty well.
Back to pass. Elliott fires it down the right side. Overshoots his man, throws it out of bounds, and intended for Jackson. Obviously, they like to get Jackson out there and open, get him some space, but that clock continues to run even on that incompletion. 2:30 to go here in the first half. And at halftime, Coach Meehan will have the UFOs, Unheralded Football Overachievers, and the clock, for some reason they stopped it. Oh, a timeout. Yeah, they stopped it on a timeout. So 2:29 to go in the First half, 36-0 Lexington Christian. We'll return here on the White Greer Maggard High School Football Game of the Week, thanks to All Sports. I don't think we need a football tonight, but we thank them anyway over there at the Fayette Mall. All Sports in the Fayette Mall.
All S, all P, all O, R T, S Sports. Pick it up at All Sports. Pick it up at All Sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
I'm not loving my smile. I should have got braces when I was a kid. I want my teeth to be straight.
Dude, go to White Greer and Maggard. So, I see you took my advice. Better?
Oh, better.
You're not you when your teeth aren't straight. Get started at White, Greer, and Maggard today.
Middlesboro tonight just cannot dent much on this LCA defense, but LCA's offense has been outstanding, scoring on every possession. They lead 36-0.
And his punter's had a lot of work tonight.
Yeah, LeBrecht back deep. Here's Brock, his 5th punt. Good punt. His last couple punts have been outstanding. That ball rolls 45 inside to the 44. Touchdown right there. That's where Lexington Christian will have it with 2 minutes and 18 seconds clock running here in the first half. Next Friday night we'll be over at Joseph K. Ford Stadium on the campus of Lexington Catholic. It'll be the Knights and the Rebels of Boyle County. Kickoff at 7:30. That's our game. In 2 weeks, Coach, boy, what a ball game it's going to be. It'll be Danville and this LCA team over in Danville. That'll be a super way. You know, can you believe the playoffs start in less than a month, November 5th?
It's amazing. And, again, these games coming up are hot games.
Yes, they are. Boyle and Catholic will be a war, and Danville and Lexington Christian will be a war. Minute 47 here. And here's Wheatley. They dump it back now to the quarterback Miller, and he's going to fire it over the right side. And is that Wheatley? Breaks the tackle. Dillon. And Dillon's still on his feet down to the 47-yard line. I tell you what, that was razzle-dazzle, wasn't it, Coach?
Yeah, and again, I don't understand it, to tell you the truth, when you're ahead by this many points trying to trick play like that, but Coach must have something he wanted to work on. What we have to give credit, though, Middlesboro had it completely covered. Nice job by the quarterback, because the quarterback read that offense.
And now a timeout by Lexington Christian.
Let me real quickly, Gary, I mentioned something to you before about reading the grass. On the offense in this system.
Yes, sir.
What they're talking about is the quarterback has a read originally when he gets to the line of scrimmage, and that's called a hot read.
Mm-hmm.
If the hot read's not there, then he goes to a progression. Now, the progression is not like the old days where is so-and-so open, so-and-so open. They look for the open area. So, for instance, if the progression is shallow, dig, let's say it's a shallow dig, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Shallow comes across. The quarterback looks and see if there's grass open where the shallow's going.
Yes, sir.
And if there's grass open, he's going to throw the shallow. If it's not, he's going to come back to the dig. So he looks for grass means open with no coverage.
Got you. Reads the grass. Twin receivers to the bottom for Braden Miller, the outstanding junior quarterback. Logan Nevis, their two-headed monster at quarterback. And tonight, even Middlesboro's gone. They've gone with 2 quarterbacks, but one of them got injured. Pump fake by Miller, back inside to Dylan Wheatley. Wheatley at the 45. Got the first down, driven backwards. And Wheatley would not go down. Big Brock had him. Number 9 had him, but that's a battle. You got 245-pound Brock and a big 210-pound Dylan Wheatley. First down.
They just read the defense. They had a cover 2 back there, and there's plenty of room to try to get the first down.
Second down and 9 here. Second down, and here's Miller rolling to the left. Miller sets, throws it, and can't come up with it is Jed Green out in the flats, and threw it over Green's head. He went up for it. Clock continues with 54 seconds now, Coach. Clock continues to run here with LCA leading big. Again, UFOs, Unheralded Football Overachievers, and Terry Johnson, the athletic director here at Lexington Christian, joining us at halftime. Third down and long for Braden Miller. Miller back, and Miller looking down the middle, fires, and he's got Wheatley, and Wheatley drops it down at the 27-yard line, and Dylan very upset with himself. But the one thing that won't do is stop the clock. It continues to run 26 seconds here in the first half.
Well, they just want to run the clock here. I'm sure they do not want to punt the ball.
No.
I mean, there's no sense in that. If they're going to try for an extra play here with 17 seconds.
Miller, the junior, out of that gun again. Wheatley to his right. Dooking fires it deep down the right side, and it is going to be incomplete. Down on the far side of the field, incomplete, and the intended receiver was Drake, who already has a tremendous touchdown catch. That's going to do it for the first half. First half closes with Lexington Christian 36, Middlesboro nothing here. We'll come back with Coach Mike Meehan and his unheralded football overachievers and the athletic director here, Lexington Christian. They lead 36-0. Terry Johnson joined us here at halftime on the White Greer Maggard High School Football Game of the Week.
Welcome back to LCA High School here at Lexington Christian Academy. On PrepSpin.com, we're adjusting the camera here a little bit if we can. William's doing a good job. This is the White Greer Maggard Game of the Week, and it is brought to you by PrepSpin, the #1 HD video in the state. Awesome. Score again is just all LCA. It's 36-0, and Middlesboro has yet to find a way to stop the LCA team as far as their passing and rushing. We're going to go first of all to our usual halftime entertainment, which is what we call our UFO award. A UFO award we started this years ago. UFO stands for Unheralded Football Overachiever. And what I do is I get in touch with each coach a week before the game, and I ask them to give me the name and some information on somebody involved in their program who goes above and beyond and yet gets very little credit for what they do. All those years that I was coaching, I always appreciated those extra people that did things. They don't want the credit. Sometimes we ask them to come on and do an interview and they don't. But again, it's really important to honor these people and give a tribute to them. We're going to start with Middlesboro Yellow Jackets first. Coach, the coach from Middlesboro gave me the names of 4 people. He said, do you mind if I give you 4 people? I said, no, not at all. So these people are the field and paint crew for Middlesboro High School. Scotty Moyers, David Bias, Rob Yoakum, and Pete Turnblazer. I'm going to say those names again. Moyers, Bias, Yoakum, and Turnblazer. These guys give their time each week to keep Lee Majors Field in great condition. Coach says they maintain and paint the field for both the high school and the middle school. They do all this stuff without asking for any money or any thank you at all. They work free of charge, and the big thing is that they're real proud of what they do in their work. They do a perfect job. Coach Massengill and his entire staff, he wanted me to make sure I said this from he and his staff, that they really, really appreciate these guys. They're great fans of the program, and they do a super job. So congratulations to Scotty Moyers, David Bias, Rob Yoakum, and Pete Turnblazer. They're the UFO, Unheralded Football Overachiever from Middlesboro High School. When I went down and I talked to Coach Atchley before the game, talking about LCA's UFO, he mentioned the names that I'm familiar with, and I didn't realize he was here. Bob Rotherman.
Oh, Coach Rotherman, yeah, he's a gem.
Now we're not gonna talk about how old he is.
No.
That would give my age away. But we're gonna just say he's an old timer here. And he's been around the city. He's helped with a lot of programs. He actually helped me at Dunbar for a while.
Oh, did he?
His son played quarterback. His son was a decent quarterback, played at a couple of different places.
His son's over there. He's a police officer now. He's over on the sideline.
He's a police officer, and I've heard he does a great job getting involved in the community and everything. But Bob is he's an equipment manager here. But Coach Atchley said, really, he does what we call coach support. So he does a little bit of everything. He even, Coach Atchley said he even has done some chapel work here.
He does. He does some devotionals for our kids that they do every Friday morning, and he does in between. He'll pull kids aside and really talk to them if they're struggling in class or they're having this or that problem. Coach Rotherman's just he's just one of those people that's exactly why you create that kind of award.
Yeah, he's the type of person that he doesn't expect anything from it. He goes around and just does a super job everywhere. Okay, so congratulations to Coach Rotherman and all our UFOs, our unheralded football overachievers. We're going to take a minute here and we're going to interview a gentleman who I think I've known a little bit in the past, somebody that has done a great job over here, and we're going to cover a variety of subjects. We have a little time here. So we're going to start by Terry Johnson. Introduce a little bit about how you got here, where you've been in the past, how you got to the position you are now.
Well, I spent early part of my career, I spent in college athletics with the goal and dream of being a collegiate athletic director one day, and then got married to a good Pikeville girl who we started our family and decided we wanted to stay here. And so I've carved my career kind of out of where I wanted to live. And in college athletics, you kind of got to bounce around. And I've been blessed to do a number of things, World Equestrian Games, sports commissions, those kind of things. But then I got the opportunity. My kids have gone here at LCA since they were in kindergarten, and I have 2 boys, a sophomore and an 8th grader. And I got a call a few years ago about whether or not I'd be interested in this position as director of athletics, and I kind of felt it was God's way of really saying, you know what, you had the right idea. This is where I want you, and this is the timing, and I haven't looked back, and it's been an unbelievable experience so far.
You've done a wonderful job here, and this is a wonderful place to work. Tell me a little bit about the athletic programs here. We know a lot about the football program. We talked about that. Let's go into some of the other athletic programs.
Yeah, we have 20 athletic programs here, and cheerleading and dance as well, and we're very proud to say about 80% of our student athletes or our students at the high school level play at least one sport here, and that's part of the overall student experience. And in high school sports, it's why PrepSpin does what it does, is to celebrate these kids. That's what we try to do. So we're pretty all-encompassing for a 2A school. We've got a lot of sports, and we've had some successes: 11 state championships in 7 different sports over our now 26-year history. So we've been able to achieve at a high level in what is usually the toughest district in the state in most every sport. If not the toughest, it's among the toughest. So very wide-ranging.
Well, we've seen that all along. Your soccer teams do a really good job. Your volleyball team, basketball, exceptional. We talked a little bit about the basketball coach before.
Yeah, Coach Valentine. Yeah, we're our boys' basketball coach. He's trying to do some things that are firsts, and we're trying. Whenever you do firsts, this is the first 6-0 start in school history and football. That's always great. We got last year we had 2 state champions. Our boys cross country and boys track and field were the KHSA state champions in single A. So we feel like we're breaking down some barriers. It's a lot of fun.
One of the things, and again, this is something that I've looked forward to talking about. I have a little prayer table in my family room where I'm retired now, and so during the day I do have time. I walk the dog, and I try to make every day that little special time. My time here at LCA, if you remember, I was here for 4 years coaching. I was part of that 2009 state championship team with Paul Raines and Curtis Cotton and a whole bunch of great guys, great coaches. One of the things that I noticed walking around, and I didn't teach, but I coached here, walking around the school, I noticed the above every door of every classroom, there's a Bible quotation, the prayer, the feeling, and it just makes me feel so good to come back here. I was always accepted. I'm a Catholic, and yet it was like I had a funny time. One person said to me, "Well, where do you go to church?" And I said, "St. Paul downtown." They said, "Oh, my brother was Catholic, but he's Christian now." And I got a big kick out of that too, because
one and the same.
One and the same. But anyway, I have looked forward to this opportunity, Terry. Tell me a little bit about the Christian aspect of how the athletic department connects to that, a little bit about chapel and so on.
Well, it's one of the unique aspects of our school. We're thrilled to be able to provide a Christian atmosphere for these student athletes. We feel like it's obviously very important, our biblical worldview here at the school, that you get an opportunity. It's been liberating for me, to be honest with you. I've never worked in a Christian setting, and being able to be in a Christian setting, I'm able to share my faith openly, freely, and encouraged to do so. And that's a unique feeling for a Christian. And the kids, they have Bible classes every day. They are in chapel once a week. But also in our sports programs, we encourage and do a lot of devotionals. We do a lot of things to try to integrate our faith with the programs. And sometimes that's a difficult line, because competition, some people feel like, humility, being meek, and the traits and characteristics that Christ teaches us may be contradictory to athletics in competition. And that's not the case. And in fact, Christ calls us, as you know, to use his gifts to the best of our ability, to him be the glory. And so we try to instill that in our kids, that our goal is to go out and compete very hard, use the gifts God's giving you, and win or lose, you're giving glory to God for what he's done for you. And that's, but it also means we want to win. We want to compete. We're going to compete to win. We're going to compete, and when you play us, you're going to know you played somebody, as Clay Elliott's block on that 2-point conversion showed. However, we want to show a different way, because if we win or lose in the same way everybody else does, then we're not showing anything different, and it's tougher. I like to tell our coaches, when I interview our coaches that are coming here, it's a little bit tougher to coach here. You know why? Because we're held to a standard, because quite honestly and candidly, the world wants to call us hypocrites in the first place, right? And Christians are not perfect. There's no need to remind people of that.
Beings.
However, it's actually the antithesis of that. It is understanding that we all are all broken and need Christ's forgiveness. It's so liberating and wonderful in this day and age and the way the culture is now, that we can work with our student athletes, and I'm proud of all of our coaches and how they do devotionals themselves, how they bring in FCA or other folks to come in and do devotionals, that they really teach their faith in a athletic framework in a way that the kids can understand. And we're not perfect, and we have our flaws like everybody else. But it's very liberating and exciting to be able to share the Word of God with these kids openly and freely.
Well, and also, yes, you're absolutely correct. And one of the things I noticed when I first started coaching here, I coached 30 years in public school, and I went to public school my whole life. The first year with Coach Raines here, we went on a leadership camp early before the season started, and it was one of those things where you climb ropes and you jump off of this and you do this and do that, and I got a big kick out of that. Well, he assigned jobs to all of us, and my job was to teach a leadership class. And I said, well, do you want me to do that first thing in the morning? And he said, no, first thing in the morning is Bible study.
Yep.
And I just stopped and thought for a second, you know what? I like this here. This is a good place to be. And again, the kids, they had good questions, and we tried to tie all that together. In the Christian lifestyle, leadership is extremely important.
There's no question about it, because we're called to be disciples, and we're called to share our faith but to always love one another and withhold that judgment, but stand by your faith and your principles. And that's, like, as I say, I keep using the word liberating. It's liberating as a Christian to be able to work in that kind of environment and have kids that are ready to hear it, and parents that support it. And again, we have our flaws like everybody else, but we're certainly not a perfect place, but we're pretty proud of what we have here.
Yeah. You have parents that do yell at the officials, like a lot of parents do.
I never hear from them. I'm just kidding. Yes, we do.
Well, listen, they're about ready to start this second half here in just a couple minutes. So I just want to thank you for coming and talking to us. And again, it gave me an opportunity to express some feelings that I've had that I can't do at other venues. I appreciate PrepSpin and White Greer Maggard, all the people that sponsor this wonderful situation here where we can do these HD quality games on the air.
And I want to thank PrepSpin and White Greer Maggard, especially all the sponsors that make it happen. But White Greer Maggard has stepped up in such a huge way. They support not only LCA separately from what they do with PrepSpin, but they support so many of the schools around and really are a great community citizen. And Greg White and his partners are wonderful. But PrepSpin, you all are providing a service that I know people who are watching all over the country, maybe holed up in a hotel down south. Yeah. It's fall break, and a number of people had their vacations curtailed. But PrepSpin's providing such a great service in highlighting these young men and women.
Well, last week we did a game. We had 12 different states watching, and Afghanistan. Somebody from
That's awesome.
So,
That's
again,
awesome.
Thank you a lot, Terry. I appreciate
Thank
it very
you.
much. We're going to take a break right now, and we'll be back right after a few messages. This is the White Greer Maggard Game of the Week, brought to you by PrepSpin Digital Network, the #1 digital network in the state of Kentucky. We'll be right back.
When you're not happy with your smile, you feel down. When you feel down, you stay in bed. When you stay in bed, you miss deadlines. When you miss deadlines, a lot of kids are upset. Don't upset a lot of kids. Love your smile. Call White, Greer, and Maggard today.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthodontics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
All S, all P, all O, R-T-S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
I'm not happy with my teeth. They're not straight enough.
Let me fix them for you.
No. You are not White Greer and Maggard.
I'm sort of like White Greer and Maggard. I'm local, love smiles, love to fix things.
No.
Sorta you isn't you. White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
I am Lee, and I'm happy with my smile. And I'm other Lee, and I ain't happy with my smile. I went to White, Greer, and Maggard, and they fixed my smile for me. And I never smile, and that's why I'm having some alone time here at dinner. I love that I can go to White, Greer, and Maggard with all my questions. And I love that I don't have to brush my teeth at night. Don't be like this, me. Go to White, Greer, and Maggard for a picture-perfect smile.
Hi, this is Gary. The beautiful field here at Lexington Christian Academy. Gary Ball. Thanks to Terry Johnson, the athletic director here Lexington Christian, for joining Coach Mike Meehan at halftime. Great interview, Coach, and great UFOs as always. And Lexington Christian will be kicking the ball to Middlesboro. The Eagles lead 36-0, running clock here in the second half. And, Coach, what do you expect? We're going to try to get some stats from the LCA stat crew up here shortly, but what do you expect here in the second half? Pretty much the same thing for LCA?
Yeah, I think they'll start out doing the same thing again. Hopefully they have a big bench over there. Hopefully they get a lot of their younger players in. We'll refer to our roster to try to get some of the names and numbers when they do substitute people in. Middlesboro, again, they've got to try to find something. Their season's not over. They've got to find some way to develop an offense. I'm a little worried because Ellison, I think, is hurt. I don't know if he's going to be back out there or not.
Fugman set to kick off, and it will be Jackson in the middle of field 25, and Jackson up to the 35. Jackson to 40, and, boy, what a nice return by Anthony Jackson up to the 45-yard line. Great job by the Middlesboro Yellow Jackets, and in particular Anthony Jackson, the junior. Nice return, Coach. Took it up to the 45-yard line. Best field position to start a game for Middlesboro in this football game. LCA Eagles undefeated on the season, ranked number 2 in the state and 2A behind Mayfield. And, Coach, they're looking like the state's number 2 ranked team here tonight, even though Middlesboro's a little outmanned, only dressing 29 players.
Right. We don't normally see Mayfield, so it's kind of tough to evaluate their their skill level right now.
And it will be Elliott at quarterback. Elliott, and he is going to tuck it, and he's going to be thrown for a sack back at the 41-42-yard line. And tell you what, good job there by Lexington Christian. And I saw big number 55 in there. You mentioned some of these new players. That's Caleb Bolton.
Again, Gary, Elliott's hurting. He is hurting. He has hurt his hand, and every single time he goes down, that young man is in pain.
Mason was the ball carrier. Second time tonight, Alex has carried the football for Middlesboro. Clock will continuously run here in this second half with the 36-0 lead here for Lexington Christian. The rule in Kentucky high school football is you get to 36, it's a running clock. So second down and 13. Elliott back to pass. Pressure backs out. Fires it down to Jackson. Trying to streak under and overshoots him. Boy, I tell you, if he lays that out there, Coach, that's probably 6 there for Middlesboro.
Yeah, he really broke open down the sideline. Had at least a 5-yard lead on.
And there comes your guy, Elliott, to the sideline holding that right shoulder again and that arm up like he's got a wounded
Yeah, I don't think it's his shoulder. I think it's his hand. It just seems to be that usually people when they have shoulder injuries, they carry that arm across the front of their chest. It looks to me like it might be his hand, but how does he throw a good pass with a hand?
Coach, I would say of all the UFOs you've done, those 4 guys you named for Middlesboro were some of my favorites because they're the guys that marked the field. So you gave them some love.
Yeah, we sure did. They work hard, too.
3rd and 13 here. Elliott back. Here comes pressure. Elliott steps up, eludes it, fires it downfield, and what a great diving catch by Jackson down at the 38. That is a super catch there by Anthony Jackson.
Anthony Jackson is the number 1 receiver that they're trying to hit tonight, and he's really getting open, actually. Doing a super job running routes. I'm interested, and I think Middlesboro talked a little bit about halftime that, we're not going to run the ball against this team. We better just try to work on our passing game no matter what, with a running clock and all.
See what they do here.
Do you see any subs on the defensive side for LCA? I don't see.
Well, I just noticed 55. I mentioned him was in there, and that was, of course, Bolton. He's not a starter on my starting lineup, but he has been playing quite a bit. Elliott looking, little shovel pass, and is it incomplete? Yeah, incomplete. LCA player had a hand on it, but it goes incomplete.
Right, that's just an incomplete pass. Anytime you throw it forward, it's a pass, not a fumble.
So. That's exactly right, Coach.
They're trying a few different wrinkles here. I'm not, we talked about this before, and I'm going to say it again on PrepSpin. They're not quitters, not a bit. That's a hard-working football team, this Middlesboro team.
No doubt about it, and they are faced with 2nd and 10, 8 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Third quarter action.
Pass.
Gary Ball, Mike Meehan. Here's Elliott, little screen, and he gets Mason Alex in. Alex lowers that shoulder, and, boy, I tell you, that gets the Middlesboro sideline fired up a little bit over there.
Yeah, that really does. They're just busting in there. We're doing a heck of a job. If take a look at this, the right side of the offensive line, especially that right tackle. When he is leaning back, they're going to throw the football.
Yeah,
if LCA can read that, they can tell right away if it's
I believe
pass.
that's Nathan Huguet, isn't it? The 240-pound sophomore you're talking about over there, the right tackle?
Leaning forward, it's a run. Leaning back, it's a pass normally.
Third and about a yard. I thought he had the first down, to be honest with you, after he lowered that shoulder.
Yeah, that's a run.
Mason. Here is Middlesboro. Third and about a yard for the Yellow Jackets. Quick pass near side, incomplete. And the quarterback is definitely really struggling with that right shoulder.
Right.
Chase Elliott.
Trying to throw a little screen pass there. Offensive line try to get down and field in front of it. Fourth down and short here. This is big. It's a big down for them. They've got to keep, not only getting first downs to try to get a touchdown, but to keep LCA's offense off the field. They've got to get these first downs. Movies change.
Yeah, they picked up a couple there in that late in that first half, Coach, after they put Ellison in at quarterback. But as you mentioned, he got injured. Back under center, they fumble it, and let's see, we will not get the first down as they go back about a half a yard. So LCA will get the ball. Clock continues to run. 6 minutes, 31 seconds here in the third quarter. Eagles of Lexington Christian 36, Jackets of Middlesboro nothing here. Gary Ball, Mike Meehan, William Warfield, and Joe Allen, our videographer. Coach, it's been all Lexington Christian. They're going to go to 7-0. And I know that 2009 team that won the state championship, what, they have one loss that year, Coach?
Yes, we got beat by Lexington Catholic in a
thriller.
In a thunderstorm. It was awful. It's like a 3-hour delay.
That's right. I remember that.
Oh, it was awful. It was just really bad. But they were a good football team. We were a good football team. So
Nevis in there fires right, and it's caught by Hardin, and Blaine takes it. Let's see where they mark him at. They mark him up to the 35, a pickup of about 6. Second down and let's call it 5. 2nd and 5. Clock running. 5 minutes, 38 seconds here. This will be a fast second half, folks, because we've got a running clock here. It's 36-0. Handoff, Wheatley, and he dives up. Still on his feet. There goes Wheatley. Far side. He's gone. 30, 10. He's to the 5. Touchdown, Dylan Wheatley. His third rushing touchdown tonight. Give him 12 on the season, Coach. And it is 42-0 Eagles.
He's got to have 200 yards rushing so far in this game. I wish we had that stat sheet because I guarantee you he's really lighting up the scoreboard. Again, they can't stop the off-tackle play. They're struggling to stop the running game right now. I would expect that the next time LCA has the ball, they'll have quite a few subs in there. This is 42-0, a very, very good LCA football team right now. Extra point try is coming up
by Mr. Fugman.
We got the Fugman story before the game.
That kick is up, and it is good. So 5:21 in the third. It is LCA 43, Middlesboro nothing. Thanks to the Bluegrass Orthopedics. Bluegrass also thanks to Whitaker Bank and to Bob Roberts Insurance. We'll be back. It's 43-0 LCA here late in the third quarter. Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up in all sports. Pick it up in all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter. Locally owned and operated since 1972.
$43-0 Eagles on top. They're looking impressive here tonight, and they'll play Somerset next week and then Danville, two of their big tough district games coming up the next couple of weeks. They'll go into that Game next week 7-0 though it looks like. Here's the kick. Drives Jackson back. Anthony comes out through the 25. Jackson knocked down just short of the ball. Comes out of there. LCA says they have it. Do the officials agree? Yes, they do. Recovered there, and coming out of there with it for the Eagles with the recovery is Brett Wilkins, number 1.
Jackson took a big lick on that one. This game is all LCA, Gary. Total offense, 305 yards for Lexington Christian, 28 yards for Middlesboro.
Domination right there.
That's the offense. Passing, Middlesboro is 1 for 6. Lexington Christian 8 for 14. 191 yards passing by LCA right now.
Right. So the numbers don't lie, as they say, right, Coach?
They don't lie. I'm looking for some rushing statistics. I haven't been able to find it yet.
4 minutes, 27 seconds, and Wilkins recovered that. Back in at quarterback is Miller, gives to Wheatley. Dillon already 3 touchdowns rushing. Wheatley into the 30, down to the 27-yard line where he picks up good yardage. And Middlesboro had a couple of big guys there. Huguet, Miracle, and I saw big number 78 too, Coach. They just put him in there. That's Cameron Drake, 6'1", 300 pounds.
6'1", 300 pounds. That's another big
Middlesboro.
Braden Miller back in.
Miller. Quick pass far side to Burton. Burton dances back inside. Burton still running. And Burton, they can't bring him down. Burton to the far. It's got the first down. See where they mark him at. So Burton, I tell you, the yak coach by these receivers has been spectacular tonight for LCA.
It has took eight different people to tackle him. Eight Yellow Jackets on the tackle.
Daniel Hurst, a sophomore, comes into the game now for Middlesboro. First down for the Eagles on that great catch by Burton. Here's the handoff to Wheatley. Dillon, and he runs over top of one of the linebackers and coming over there making the play. That was 52, Daniel Hurst. And penalty's going to be against the Eagles. Clock continues to run, 2:56 in the third, and now they stop it on that penalty. And Eagles lead 43-0. And, of course, we got a score. Lafayette, Clark County, what was that? 40-0. Lafayette leading right. Clark County at halftime. So this was 36-0 here at half. So this is a better game than that one. Lafayette, Clark County. Of course, Clark County really struggling over there this year.
They are. And, again, Gary, it's 42-0. We have a running clock, whatever. But it doesn't matter.
No.
I mean, these kids are playing football on a Friday night, and they're working really hard.
And it's a beautiful night.
And I'm willing to stay here as long as it takes.
That's right. Miller gives a handoff to Wheatley. Dillon bounces it outside, and Wheatley finally tackled. He got the penalty yards back by plenty, though, to Dillon Wheatley. I tell you what, he runs a lot bigger than they list him at 6'1", 205.
He runs a lot bigger, and he's got good quickness, too, for sure.
I wonder what his 40 speed is. We'll have to check that out because we've got LCA coming back here. What was that? 31-14. Boyle leads Garrett County in the third. Miller gives back inside to Wheatley. Dillon, and he gets down near the goal line and goes in for the touchdown. Wow, my goodness, Coach. What is that? 4 rushing TDs for Wheatley tonight already?
4 TDs, and, again, we got stats on the phone, but they don't go to the individuals.
Yeah, Wheatley 13 scores, touchdowns rushing, and it's 49-0, and Mr. Fugman can make it 50-0.
Mr. Fugman's going to try to kick that ball through there. Yeah, it is.
Yep, they have been whipping up on teams here. Here's the Fugman kick, and this time it is going to be no good. As from our angle up here, it looked like it went through, split there, but it must have been off to the left from our angle. So 49-0 here late in the third period. Eagles on top of Middlesboro. And we want to thank, of course, UK Sports Medicine, Rob Olery, and the great staff. Check out Jenny Williams Sunday at 12:30 on the Scholastic Ball Report on the CW. Our team of the week, the Louisville Male Bulldogs. How about that, Coach? Our show, even it's been on 14 years, and Louisville Male drove up on a Wednesday night to tape that segment, Coach, with school going on. They already had their fall break. They were back in school. But how about that?
Well, that just shows you the pride that they have in the program, too.
Yep,
and how special your program is, your show is. You started with let's see, Lewis Stout many years ago, and it continued with it. And people, if you don't watch that show, even if you've seen the highlights from the games, etc., these interviews with these academic people, that's the ones that get me. The special things, but also just when you talk about these guys, these kids that are super athletes with 4.4 grade point averages and so on, it just amazes me.
That will be Sunday at 12:30 on the CW. The Scholastic Ball Report. Tate's Creek volleyball team, our scholar athletes. Louisville males in town for that team of the week, and of course Jenny Williams from UK Sports Medicine. Kick on the far side, taken in at the 20, coming reversing to the near side and being chased there, and they'll run him out at the 27-28 line on the return there, taken in by McWilliams. Owen McWilliams, first time McWilliams has returned tonight for Middlesboro.
Mercer and West Jessamine, 14 all in the third.
Mercer County, West Jessamine, 14 all. We had Mercer County and David Buchanan on the show a few weeks ago, a couple of his scholar athletes from Mercer County. And we got to highlight our schedule. Next week, Coach Meehan, William Warfield, and Joe and I will be at Lexington Catholic for the Boyle County game. And then in 2 weeks, we got Danville and LCA. And I think we wrap it up, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to remember our full schedule before we wrap it up. I think we wrap it up with Southwestern and Lexington Catholic on the 28th, I believe. And then the playoffs start November 5th.
All good games.
Lexington Catholic 41, Western Hills nothing at halftime.
So Catholic leading Western Hills 41-0 at half, and so Catholic taking it out on Western Hills tonight.
Middlesboro backed themselves off with a penalty here on that kick return.
After a nice return by McWilliams.
Yep, now they're backed up again.
Handoff, and that goes to Mason. And at quarterback now is for Middlesboro, and at quarterback is Ryan Rogers, a 5'10 sophomore. Rogers is sophomore. So Rogers, number 15, in at quarterback. So that's what, Coach, the third quarterback they've used tonight. And, of course, we're going to see probably the third and fourth quarterbacks for LCA tonight, as we're almost at the end of this third quarter.
Right, and we are, and I still see a lot of starters in on defense for LCA for the Eagles.
Anderson County 10, Woodford 7. That's at half. Our good friends Darren Douglas and Matt Calvert calling that one on PrepSpin for the Woodford County Sports Network.
That's a good game.
Yeah, boy, Mac, a college buddy of mine, we went to college, did broadcast together, and he does if you've never heard Mac Calvert, I'm going to give a plug here for one of my my good buddies and also former broadcaster. Mac does a really good job on his play-by-play.
Well, he and Darren do a good job. Darren does a nice job.
20 years they've been a team over there. How long have we been a team now, Coach Meehan?
Probably 6 years.
Did you lose count?
Well, when you're having fun, time
That's
goes
right.
fast.
It does.
I don't know.
So as we said, in there at quarterback is Rogers. And, boy, very little gain there, nothing for Middlesboro. And down to 40 seconds, so we'll see if they get off a play here in this third quarter. At Lexington Christian, 49, Middlesboro nothing. Gary Ball, Mike Meehan, William Warfield, Joe Allen here on the – hey, they brought us some popcorn up here. Thank you, ladies. What are your names? Give us your names. Well, you are who? Leslie? Cottrell. And Susie, right? Sydney. Thank you, Miss Cottrell. There you go, Coach. You wanted popcorn? There you go. You don't eat popcorn, do you?
I don't eat popcorn.
Here you go, William. Coach doesn't eat popcorn.
I don't eat popcorn.
Nobody wants popcorn.
Stuff will kill you.
And here's a pass by Rogers to the near side. He throws it well into the bench area over there, and that'll do it for the third quarter. We head to the final quarter, running clock here. It is all Lexington Christian. They're going to go to 7-0. They lead Middlesboro 49-0 here on PrepSpin. And thanks, of course, to all of our sponsors. Mingy Beef Jerky. We're going to give out the winning coach to Mingy Beef Jerky here tonight. We'll be back on the White Greer Maggard High School football game of the week.
I'm not loving my smile. I should have got braces when I was a kid. I want my teeth to be straight.
Dude, go to White Greer and Maggard. So, I see you took my advice. Better?
Oh, better.
You're not you when your teeth aren't straight. Get started at White, Greer, and Maggard today.
Welcome back to LCA, where the score is 49 to nothing. We have a running clock here going into the fourth quarter. And Gary Ball, it's been all LCA. We heard a whole lot about how good they are offensively.
Right.
But again, let's mention their defense a little bit.
Oh yeah, it doesn't get enough credit.
No. LCA is either 5th or 6th in 2A in every defensive category.
Right. You know, it starts up front. Of course, you got Park, Drake, Mayo, long coaches. But I tell you what, those two linebackers, Brett Wilkins and Clay Elliott, and even McClurg, the outside, they're tough.
Yeah, and they're in on every play. And early in the game, LCA was using a lot of A-gap blitz stuff, trying to get those linebackers free. And, again, Middlesboro could not find the secret in blocking him, and it caused a great problem. LCA now is doubling up on the wide receiver. Take a look at that defense out there. If Joe would back the camera up, you can see where number 13 and another LCA player doubled up on the wide receiver.
So Brock is going to punt again. He's been a busy guy tonight, Coach. Evan Brock has. A good punt by Brock, and it's returned there by Smith. Smith to the far side, and Smith to the 35-yard line. Darius Smith. And, Coach, I tell you, that kid is, what, a freshman?
Freshman, yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, freshman.
Had a little pile-up on the side there. One of the Middlesboro players is down, but he's fine. He's up. Again, they took those gunners. You know, the gunners are the ones that are out wide in order to get down to make the tackle on the punt. Sir. And they doubled up on the gunner, and that allowed for even a better punt return.
Well, you know, with this 49-0 score, Lexington Christian on top, it'll probably be 9:30 at the latest. So Williamsburg will be home by 11 o'clock tonight.
That's a long trip for them. It is, and they came down here with a 28-member team, and they fought the whole way. The score doesn't tell you the courage and the fight that they had.
And we've got another quarterback in there, Coach. That is Josh McClurg, number 8 in there. He gives to a new running back as McClurg. That was Sparks, the ball carrier, but it's Josh McClurg, McClurg. They said McClure, but I believe it's McClurg, isn't it?
McClurg, yeah, that's what I have.
So McClurg in at quarterback, Sparks a running back, and a lot of new receivers in there. Almost a JV team. McClurg keeps it, tucks it back inside. It's going to be knocked down at the 27. We're to be third down. So Josh McClurg, the ball carrier. We have just 10 minutes and 19 seconds of football remaining, folks. Running clock here, and appreciate you joining us tonight. I tell you what, that 1080p just looks crystal clear. It looks like you're sitting right here in the press box with us, doesn't it, Coach?
It's a beautiful view. We have a monitor right beside us where we can watch the play close up if we need to. Just super.
And great UFOs at halftime, Coach, as always, and great interview with Terry Johnson, the athletic director.
I enjoy that very
Lexington
much.
Christian. Twins both sides for McClurg, and he gets to Sparks, and Sparks had a little bit of running room, but let's see where they mark him at. Looking like he's going to be just shy of that first down by maybe a yard or so. So it'll be 4th and short here for Lexington Christian.
It's a really nice job by Evan Brock for Middlesboro, 6'4", 235.
Big kid.
He kind of submarined under there and got a hold of his legs.
I tell you what, number 9 for Middlesboro may have a future at the college level and as a punter.
Yeah, he's really.
Well, he's got those punts off tonight. They've been really. He had one that was 50 yards.
Yeah, he was under duress a couple times too. So.
Yeah, they got a piece of the first one. Did LCA? They blocked that first one. So 4th and let's see. Give to Sparks, and he dances off. First down for Sparks. Let's get some numbers here for Mr. Trey Sparks. 5'9", 150 pounds. He's a sophomore.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of the subs in now from both teams. The Yellow Jackets don't have a very big bench, but they're trying to empty it and get as many kids as they can.
You got to watch big number 4 out here, Christian McBeath. He's 6'3". Rolling to the right. McClurg pulled down by one hand, and, boy, that's a nice job there by big number 54, Wagone.
Wagone just
Sebastian
grabbed him.
Wagone.
He just grabbed him and swung him with one hand down to the ground. That was a pretty good job. Number 78, big number 78 in there is doing a heck of a job,
Yeah, that's
too.
that kid I was telling you about earlier.
I like him, boy.
Yeah, he is Cameron Drake, 6'2", 300 pounds.
Yeah, he's an anchor in there inside.
And LCA just continues to let that clock run. 8 minutes, 18 seconds to go here in the ball game. 49-0. LCA is going to go to 7-0. McClurg gives to Sparks. Hit. Dropped immediately in the backfield. No gain. Brings up third down and long.
Big guys underneath there again. Big man's under there,
Yeah.
just submerging and just.
Wagone, the 6'4", 235-pound sophomore.
Some big guys under there. You know, they've got some kids coming back next year.
Yeah, Middlesboro,
pretty good team.
yeah, they could be a solid team next year with all these good sophomores they have. Of course,
LCA is going to be a very good team next year.
I was about to say that. They're mainly underclassmen too. When you look at
Coach Atchley's done a heck of a job.
Yes, he has.
And he's been here, what? This is his third year or fourth year?
Third or fourth, yeah.
Super job.
And Joey Thacker, the offensive coordinator. Here's a pass, incomplete, trying to go to McBeath. But that clock will continue to run even on that incomplete pass. 7 minutes, 25 seconds to go in this game. And LCA is going to go to 7-0. They'll play Somerset next week. Middlesboro will drop to 1-6, Coach.
Hey, Somerset's a good football team, too.
Yes,
so
they are.
That's going to be a heck of a game. Getting
7 minutes to go.
Getting the plug from the public address system here for PrepSpin. Thank you, sir.
So Josh McClurg in at quarterback, as we said. Sparks is the running back. McClurg back to pass, looking. Fires it over the left side and nearly intercepted over there, Coach. Probably should have been.
It would have been 6.
Yeah, he would have had a pick 6, getting a B. That was number 21 over there. And that's McClellan. And McClellan, he would have taken that all the way. And, you know, the McClellan's a receiver, too, on the offense.
Yeah, he's going to hate that. When he watches this later, he's going to hate it because that was 70 yards of green grass, natural grass here at LCA at the field.
6 minutes and 20 seconds. We're going to have a punt here now coming by Lexington Christian. And that's going to be from Andrew Huff, a freshman. So Huff will punt. Not sure if Middlesboro will even put anybody back to receive this punt. They may go after it. Huff trying to line everybody up. Actually, they're actually turned over on downs.
Right,
Excuse me. Middlesboro ball here on first down. Excuse me. Quick pass out to the near side.
Oh, nice move.
No juke step there, and then a collision at the 40.
Look at this team.
Driving his way up to the 45 is Jackson. There is a flag down, Coach.
It's a flag down, but that was a nice juke step. He absolutely dropped an LCA player.
So Jackson, good yak after catch.
But we've got a penalty.
Yeah, Huff, who I mentioned, I thought was punting, but that's because the ball turned over and downs. Huff was back in safety and made the stop on that play.
Well, he did, but again, they shoot themselves in the foot, as they sometimes say. Can't afford to have these mistakes when you're trying to get your young people in the game and get a drive going here.
Just 5 minutes, 8 seconds to go in this one, running clock. And Middlesboro 49, or excuse me, at Lexington Christian 49, Middlesboro nothing here. So 49-0 Eagles. I think looking at the quarterback, that is Rogers again. Yeah, back in there. Rogers, third quarterback they used. Started out with Elliott. Ellison got injured. Rogers, he's rolling to the right. And he's going to be stopped back in the backfield. He's going to lose yardage.
That penalty really hurt him, Gary, but, you know, it's been a pretty penalty-free game.
It has.
And that's a tribute to both coaching staffs to keep these guys playing good football, good smart football.
Well, Bryan Station, a big winner over Dunbar last night, Coach. And how about Madison Central putting a hurting on Tate's Creek last night?
You know, and that surprises me that the score was that way. Again, I know Henry Clay's way down. I thought Tate's Creek would be a better football team this year, but listen, Madison Central's a good football team. We've seen them.
Yes, they are good. We like that team. So Rogers trying to get everybody set up here with 4 minutes to go in the game. On 2nd and 16, Rogers airs it out left side. Jackson and runs under, makes the grab, and he is to the 40, to the 30. It's a foot race. He's gone.
He is gone.
And Anthony Jackson takes it to the house.
He's a player, I'm telling you. He's a player. That ball was just thrown up in the air, and he adjusted and went to the ball.
Came back for the ball, and made a nice catch.
How about that speed?
Yep.
Woo,
real
he
good
blew that
speed.
wide open.
So Jackson, the yak, yards after the catch, and makes it 49-6 with 3:44 to go here in the ball game.
Gives him a little spark, something to talk about on the way back, and the long ride in the bus. A little spark, something to carry on to next week and their next game. They may be going for 2 here. Yeah, I thought so.
Rogers, he has McVeigh in the backfield with him. Twins both sides. Jackson, the threat is to the bottom, and then the quarterback is going to keep it, and he's going to take it in. No, they say he fumbled the ball. They say he dropped the ball before he got in there. He got near the end zone, but he dropped the ball. So 2-point conversion is no good. 3:44 to play. It's all LCA. Eagles 49, Middlesboro 6, and thanks, of course, to Bluegrass Orthopedics and the Crown Trophy. Ryan Tyson and the staff at Crown Trophy. We'll be back here on the White Greer Maggard Game of the Week. 49-6, LCA leading Middlesboro. 3:44 to go.
When you're not happy with your smile, you feel down. When you feel down, you stay in bed. When you stay in bed, you miss deadlines. When you miss deadlines, a lot of kids are upset. Don't upset a lot of kids. Love your smile. Call White, Greer, and Maggard today.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Back for the final 3:44 here with Lexington Christian and Middlesboro. Gary Ball, Mike Meehan, William Warfield, Joe Allen. 49-6, Lexington Christian dominated. Boy, the first half stats you gave us, Coach, what it was like 300 plus to 28 yards. Yeah, that's going to be a shellacking, isn't it, on the scoreboard? And that's exactly what we have here. That, by the way, though, impressed with Anthony Jackson's giddy-up after he caught that pass and his adjustment.
He did a really nice job. They tried to throw the ball down the field several times, and the quarterbacks have overthrown the receiver. That time they threw it to him, and he just took off with it.
LCA, of course, got the All-State team up there, the good hands players up near the expecting an onside kick here, Coach. Excuse me.
Squib kick.
And that's going to be back there, Smith. Smith comes up to the 30, and Smith 35, turns on the Jets about the 36, 37-yard line. Darius Smith on the return there for Lexington Christian.
And a nice job of going over and covering the ball, making the tackle by Owen McMillan. He's a junior, 5'11", 164 pounds, covering that kick.
Saw Josh McClurg at quarterback the last series. Let's see who they bring in there tonight in this series at quarterback. And looks like it's going to be 15, Coach.
2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in this
Jaden Barnhart, the freshman. Barnhart getting some work here late in the game. Barnhart, a freshman. Waiting for the snap. Gives to Sparks. Sparks is going to be pulled down in the backfield on a super play turned in by Middlesboro, and it was turned in there by Middlesboro's linebacker Taylor McClellan. Clock running, 2 minutes and 18 seconds here in the contest. It's all LCA, 49-6. Next Friday we'll be over at Lexington Catholic. They're winning big tonight over Western Hills. Boyle County winning, so it'll be Boyle County and Catholic next Friday night, 7:30, Coach. And we've got 2 minutes to go in this one, Coach.
Who's going to get them Mingy beef jerky?
Well, it's going to be the Coach Atchley from LCA.
I think Coach Brandon Burdett said he wanted to grab it, so we better be careful who we try to
Barnhart
give it
to Sparks, hit again, dropped in the backfield. Good play, turned in there by Yellow Jackets Bowling. Ben Bowling, the defensive end. Clock down to 1:40 to go in this one. And, Coach, I think you and I, we've got time. We're going to grab a bite to eat after this game tonight.
We can talk about this game, talk about the next one we're going to do, which is going to be a good one.
Yeah, Boyle and Catholic over at Catholic next Friday night here on PrepSpin. Leading digital network in the state of Kentucky. Look at that 1080p. Goodness gracious, it's sharp. Crystal clear. Barnhart waiting for the clock to wind down with a minute 15. Barnhart fakes, rolls to the left. Barnhart, and he is going to be dropped back at the 25-yard line.
Look at this nice receiver out here substituted in here.
That's Christian McBee, 6'3".
He's a nice-looking young man.
Yeah, Christian, a good athlete. I believe he's on the basketball team, too, here at LCA. We did all the LCA. I'll tell you, the kid that's a stud here at LCA in basketball, a kid named Kyle Rode, Division I player. He's got his pick, really, where he's going to play collegiately.
Good size kid.
6'5", 6'6", 6'5", William? 6'6", Kyle Rode. Well, I think as an 8th grader he started, and as a freshman he was listed as one of the top freshmen, if not the top freshman in the country.
Basketball's coming up here pretty soon, but football playoffs are coming up soon.
Here's Sparks with a handoff. Sparks trying to dance it outside and hit and slam back by the good Middlesboro defense there. But, Coach, we're down to 16 seconds, and I don't think, LCA, they won't even run another play. That's going to do it here. And the Mingy Beef Jerky will go to Ethan Atchley. That's a shock, the coach of LCA.
Yeah, he's going to get it. He's going to love it, too, unless he's
Kyle Rode. And there he is, a young man from Lexington Christian. What a super basketball player, even better person. And just a great young man. So the final, Lexington Christian 49, Middlesboro 6. Do we need a break here, Mr. Warfield? We'll take a break, come back, wrap things up here. But Lexington Christian goes to 7-0, 49-6 over Middlesboro. And you watch it exclusively and live in HD here on PrepSpin, the White Greer Maggard Game of the Week.
I'm Kyle Rodney.
I'm not happy with my teeth. They're not straight enough.
Let me fix them for you.
No. You are not White Greer and Maggard.
I'm sort of like White Greer and Maggard. I'm local, love smiles, love to fix things.
No.
Sorta you isn't you. White Greer and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
I am Lee, and I'm happy with my smile. And I'm other Lee, and I ain't happy with my smile. I went to White Greer and Maggard, and they fixed my smile for me. And I never smile, and that's why I'm having some alone time here at dinner. I love that I can go to White Greer and Maggard with all my questions. And I love that I don't have to brush my teeth at night.
Oh, man,
don't be like this, me. Go to White Greer and Maggard for a picture-perfect smile.
Can you come up here?
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
All S, all P.
You see Lexington Christian Academy with their post-game meeting with their team and their prayer. And, boy, they were impressive tonight, Coach, 49-6. This is my first look in person of LCA this year. Very impressed with their football team. As you said, Coach Meehan, offense is good. I was impressed with that defense.
I was too, and they had the right defensive format. I talked to Coach Atchley before the game, and he said, we're not sure what Middlesboro is going to run. So we had to prepare for a series of different things. But again, very good football team, Gary. They're going to go deep in the playoffs.
Yeah, Lexington Christian will make a nice run, and our Mingy Beef Jerky will go to, as you see, Big Joe Allen there, heading out to see Coach Ethan Atchley and presenting with the Mingy Beef Jerky bag of Mingy Beef Jerky. As that will go to, there's Coach Atchley right there. Big Joe's collared him there.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to watch, too, because these coaches really like to get that Mingy beef jerky, buddy, I tell you. Good sponsor for PrepSpin, like all the other sponsors, too. Just do a super job of supporting these kids.
Coach Atchley doing some post-game interviews. Coach, you're an offensive guy. You coached at Dunbar, Bryan Station, Lexington Christian when they won state. What do you think of this LCA offense overall?
Very good. They're running the system, the Franklin system, with a few variations too. A little hybrid action. They like to run the shallows across. They run the football extremely well with power running.
Dylan Wheatley,
Wheatley's all that.
4
he
touchdowns
really
tonight.
Yeah, nice job. And when he breaks away, he's got good speed too to get out.
Even though Stuckey didn't play, I was really impressed with the receiving core. I mean, what a great catch by Drake to open things up in the air. Also Kalen LeBrec.
Yeah, and no interceptions still.
Right.
Just a super job all season long of throwing the football and being secure with the football.
Yeah, Braden Miller and Logan Nevis are both outstanding quarterbacks.
And like you said about the defense, Gary, come on. I mean, they play really good defense. They run a little 4-3. They run a little 3-4. They take those linebackers and they blitz them in there. They try to get them in the gaps. The defensive line, they don't overpower you. They get their hands on you.
There's Big Joe presenting the Mingy beef jerky to Coach Atchley. So Coach Atchley with the Mingy beef jerky. There we go. There you go, Coach Atchley. Enjoy that. And up here in the Coach Ethan Atchley, the Mingy beef jerky bag goes to him. I don't know if he likes the spicy or the mild. I like the mild personally, Coach.
Yeah, I can't get into the spicy, but that stuff's pretty good.
It's real good Mingy beef jerky.
And you didn't happen to sneak in that box, did you?
No, I didn't, but I'm just sitting here thinking, why didn't I grab a bag? Mingy, I keep telling Mingy beef jerky to bring me some also. Oh, we got another one over here. William hooked me up. He knows I love that stuff. So is there regular in there? I like the regular. That's what I like right there, the regular. But anyway, Mingy beef. We thank all of our sponsors. Of course, we got Crown Trophy, Whitaker Bank, Bluegrass Orthopedics, All Sports in the Fayette Mall. You can see them from right here. You went over there and got a football when you needed a football when you were coaching Lexington Christian. You knew who had a football for you. All Sports in the Fayette Mall. Central Bank, we'll be talking more about them. UK Sports Medicine, Bluegrass Orthopedics. Also, of course, White Greer Maggard. All of our sponsors. Who am I forgetting, Mr. Warfield? I think I got them all, didn't I, Coach?
Yes, I think so.
But that's all of our great sponsors here on the Prep Spin. And what a game we've got for you next Friday night. It is Lexington Catholic. Big win tonight over Western Hills, running clock in that one. They would take on Boyle County. That'll be a 7:30 kickoff at Joseph K. Ford Stadium over at Lexington Catholic next Friday. Coach, looking forward to that one. And we'll be back over to Lexington Catholic. We haven't been there for a little while.
I know. And the only negative thing about tonight, we couldn't give the people watching the statistics because we're all the way across the field from where they were doing the stats.
Right. 49-6, the big numbers. Dylan Wheatley, if you gave a star of the game, he'd be my star of the game with those 4 touchdowns rushing tonight.
Yeah, I would say
the big tailback for Lexington Christian. Again, for William Warfield, our outstanding producer, Joe Allen, our great video guy, and for Mike Meehan, who does a tremendous job with his color analysis and UFOs and interviews with. And thanks to Terry Johnson, too, the great athletic director here at Lexington Christian. This is Gary Ball, your final score from the Eagles' Nest at Lexington Christian Academy. The Lexington Christian Academy Eagles 49, Middlesboro 6. Until next Friday, Lexington Catholic and Boyle County. Thanks for watching the White Greer Maggard High School Football Game of the Week.